Oh, I'm late for a very important date. Okay. Give me a moment just to get sorted, and then we'll send this baby live, and then we'll catch up to live. We'll start the co-stream by doing a VOD review of the pistol round.
Time to get day number 3 here at Convergence started. Gen.G versus FUT.
Okay, so Gen.G look like they're going to do something aggressive down mid to start with. Epic Pen, come on. Wow, the flash and dash right off the beginning. Paranoia, oh, countered by the stun. CNED's going to eat them up. And the counter Paranoia. So that initial Paranoia play with the flash down mid, I think that's what they did. Paranoia, like, from Garage, flash down mid, something like that. Didn't really work, but did push them into Meteor eventually. Oh, Munchkin should have been able to have that. Gen.G did actually have a second layer to that. Gen.G had a second layer once FUT decided to react into A. They had Meteor, and they had the flank from Munchkin. It wasn't enough. Okay, this could still get dangerous for FUT though. Because obviously having inserted CNED, they're getting information about A, but there's no one on A for CNED to hear leave. And they could walk into Lakia. No, they're going to go back over to CNED, which makes some sense. CNED's already used his dash though for dashing into Headshot Box when he cleared out texture over there at the beginning. Oh. Awesome. Okay, and Gen.G managed to pick up Captain on the back. Add a Captain. Would be a difficult round for CNED to win, but not impossible. All right, nice trade at the end there. Okay, yeah, I am slightly behind because I missed the pistol round, but we're going to catch up over the next couple rounds.
Good morning. I hope your forehead shines more than the sun today.
Good morning, Rushed Up. Good morning. Thank you for the 4 months.
Although this loss for Gen.G might be a little bit concerning, they still have one controller left.
I'm nearly on time, Ashiki. I was late by like 2 minutes, but we'll easily catch up. Uh-oh. Nice backup by Munchkin. What is that shot from Mr. Fallen? What the hell?
Yeah, this is getting dicey, and Yerje is holding the perfect angle, and he might just get that no Lakia. He gets away from the bullet.
Yerje looked like his he was off the ball there just a little bit. Maybe a mini-map moment or something. Right, FUT are gonna try. The only positive here for Gen.G is that they can't pick up the guns. Lackey has been spotted as well, and this is all just setting up for Mr. Fallen to flank. Oh, CNED gets the kill with the classic as well. What a way for Gen.G to lose. They're just getting picked to pieces. This feels like a Counter-Strike round with the scouts and the pistols. Do damage to them with a scout body shot and then finish them off with a pistol. Except Mr. Fallen hit 2 extremely nice shots at the beginning of the round, and they got some kills with pistols as well. Force buy good? That wasn't even a force buy. That was actually a half buy. I mean, I'm behind anyway, but look. They still had like 1,400, 1,000. This is the power of light armor, chat. You can buy stuff like this and your economy still isn't screwed. Why are you about to go to bed at 7 AM, Sods Up? That's... As a degenerate, I can tell you that's degenerate behavior. How were the board games? Chill. Very chill. The food was extremely good. It was just one bloke cooking out of his kitchen. Apparently he's the leader of the Green Party near me.
one, make it Karen too, and this is where things might
Which is
get a
quite
little
funny.
dicey. Munchkin is still alive, so that poison cloud at the front end of the C site is still going to be available. Good paranoia, information off the Trailblazer as well. Gen.G are starting to posture up for a pretty decent retake.
Uh-oh. These flanks have been devastating for FUT. They got caught on the pistol round by these flanks as well. Munchkin and Lakia going for the flank retakes. Oh, whiffy from Ada Captain. Good patience at the end as well. These are some scrappy rounds. Tech pause next round? No. No, I didn't watch yesterday's match between Karmine Corp and Heretics. I was planning to co-stream it, and then it ended up being, it was an hour and 45 minutes later than I thought it was, which is quite delayed. We could watch that in the pause. Yeah, maybe.
Yetij from moving in and maybe getting that. You can see the foot paranoid as well from the potential close angles that Meteor has held previously with the shorty. You have this toxic screen as well to cut off the front end by Munchkin, but peek in front. Lakia, he's got peekers available in this round as well. But remember,
the GenG players are actually turning up. They've got some aggression and they're willing to take it to the FUT guys.
The Vandal, he's really close. It's unexpected. Munchkin is down. B side is open for.
I really like watching Yetij. Does end up losing that one, but I feel like he had to go for something there on the eco, and he was in a decent position to do so. Wow. Texture continues to be by far and away the best player on Gen.G. Uh-oh. Come on. It's all down to Texture. Oh. Nice idea there. Texture continues to pound. It's a good job. Why isn't Lakia defusing? Did their whole team disconnected? Bro. Dude, I'm not even sure what you're supposed to do in the rules in a situation like this. Because usually, you don't roll back a round or change the result of a round after damage has been done. But the damage had already been completely done. Gen.G had completely won the round.
Texture's disconnected. Oh, man.
I mean, obviously watching this, you can see Gen.G should be given that round. But also, I think the rules would indicate that the round stays as played. I don't know. I mean, it should be simple in the rules to add a caveat of, I don't know, if there was enough time to defuse and you didn't defuse. I mean, obviously, Gen.G should get that round. I'm just saying, rules as written. Yeah, the problem with a rule like that, where it's like, if everybody is dead on the opposing team and somebody disconnects, then you still awarded the round. The problem with that is having to calculate exactly whether or not they had time to defuse the spike if they were connected, you know. In some, like, marginal situations, it might be a really difficult rule to implement. But in this situation, it's just so obvious. Okay. I'm going to skip forward to live. I'm going to eat the rest of my breakfast. And if they haven't unpaused by that time, we'll think of something to do.
Yeah, I mean,
All I'm saying is, I wouldn't be surprised
2 versus 1, depending on the result. We'll have to wait and
if that round stands.
there's already some glimpses, right, coming in towards this that players are ready for this.
In an ideal world, it shouldn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Today, they've had their game plan in order, and they're in the first series of the day as well, right? The teams that'll be in the next series can look from above. They can have a little bit of relaxation, see if they see anything cool going in towards their series next. Because you also got to remember, just while we're here, the crowd for Global today, the turnout is spectacular. I know there's going to be...
I will watch Karmine Corp Heretics at some point.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm pretty
If it looks like a really long tech pause, I'll go to it. The reason why I'm reluctant to do that, though, is I wanted to make a video of Heretics Karmine Corp. And if it's like, I watch 3 rounds of it now, and then this game comes back, and then I watch 4 rounds of it later, and, you know, it's just extremely jarring to put all into one video for my YouTube.
Super giants of Gen.G. I'm actually not concerned, I would say excited about the fact that if Vitality are watching both these teams, what exactly would be their approach against? Would they change it up against FUT because now that they've got a bit of a different...
Don't tell me it's fucking copium that this game ever comes back. It will. Of course it will.
Vitality rather play? Would it be another chance to go back against FUT when we get into the outer regions? If we're thinking about Masters, if we're thinking about Champions, you know, everyone here, these 2 teams, they're both going to have pretty much an equal shot at getting to an event like that through Pacific, through EMEA, through America, sorry. So, EMEA in this case. So when you get towards that chance and you're looking at it right now, I think with the earliness of the roster...
This is going to take a while, isn't it? Well, I've nearly finished my breakfast.
Easier than FUT. Who's to know on that one, folks? But I just have been given confirmation that we are going to be needing a little bit of extra time. So we're going to be throwing it to a hopefully short break. And we'll
Hopefully short break. Let's see what they set the timer to. 45 minutes. Yeah, this might be a time to do the Heretics Karmine Corp VOD review.
Ready to take on any challenge.
I feel like we will have time to do it. It was a 13-7, right? It probably only takes about half an hour, 35 minutes to get through. And everybody's PC crashed. And they have to remake the whole match. And they have to make an admin decision about whether or not the round stands, which, you know, it shouldn't, but... Yeah, I think we've got time. I think we've got time. Watch the Send Comms video? I could do, but I think if this is going to be an insanely long tech pause, I would rather do the Heretics game. Oh, they announced padded tech as 6th. That was during this event, right? So why are they doing this? Is this because Woot is too young? I thought Woot turned 18 before the season began. Maybe it's just to have 6 players. Oh no, it does say he will join as their 6th player, helping take care of the gap left by Woot due to him not meeting the age requirement. I thought he turned 18 in time. Oh, Woot won't turn 18 until after the kickoff tournament. Oh. Oh, he turns 18 in March. Right. I see. Meow 641. Thank you for the 16 months. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do the Heretics Karmine Corp VOD review. And if this game somehow miraculously comes back early, I'm actually just going to keep... I'm going to warn you now, chat. I'm going to keep going with the Heretics Karmine Corp VOD review until it's done. And then we'll go back to this. Because, again, I want to make sure that we actually get like the Heretics Karmine Corp thing completed. Rather than have this bouncing backwards and forwards between the 2 matches. Don't worry, we will still catch up to live. We'll still watch all of it as a co-stream. It's fine. It's on YouTube. It's goated. All right. But for now, let's have a look at this. Oh, so they played on bind. Okay, then. La trompetita. Is there someone in the crowd with a trumpet? Or is my translation god-awful? Show me the UI. Any UI? No, no UI. Why is Martin's name Fartine? Okay, whatever. Let's not get distracted by that. Okay. So this is Team Heretics playing against the new Karmine Corp, and I've got so many questions about how this is going to work. For starters, they're playing a double duelist composition on Bind. I'm kind of annoyed that they played Bind here, because Bind's one of the only maps you can get away with playing double duelist at the moment. I suppose you could play it on Split as well. You could try to play double duelist on Rage of other maps, actually. People are playing the Jet Yoru on Breeze, and you could try to play Jet Yoru on Pearl or something if that was even in the map pool. But anyway, Karmine Corp are going to be running double duelist. The reason why I'm a bit annoyed about that is it's not going to tell us about what their duelists are playing. That we know that Martin is already going to be on duelist. It looks like he's on the Yoru. But they've got Narrate playing Raze, and I don't know what Narrate's role is going to be if he's not playing double duelist for this team. Or maybe they're just going to be playing double duelist all the time. Dude, I don't know. Have they done the thing where they've reacted super heavily against Scream's no duelist plan, and now they're planning to run double duelist on every map? That would be very funny. But it looks like Thomasy's on Viper as well, which means that Magnum is playing the Sky. And oh my god, immediately Karmine Corp just put down a little one-way here and run up B long, and these guys get minced. I mean, absolutely minced by that. They tried to do the Chinese tech of jumping through the one-way, and they did not have any success with that. And then they smoke off Hookah. So they've smoked a one-way here, and then they're going to smoke Hookah because they're all coming out of B long. So they don't have anything smoked towards Elbow or CT right now. Unless Thomasy's sent a lineup over there for the orb, which he could do. They nade towards the back site. Martin swings in. The screen goes black. All good. And now Shin is able to hit another one-way up here and just completely dominate them. I mean, that did not even look close. Karmine Corp had people posted every time Team Heretics went to try to challenge them, and Team Heretics challenged like 2v5 down B long, and then another 2v4 in the post plant. Well, that was not a close pistol round. God, the audio is super delayed. So they do the same way of being able to take B long. I haven't seen any team have this method of taking B long before, where they do this one way and then they snakebite the other corner. Going for a round like this, by the way, on an anti-eco, normally not that great. Because if you run into a stack on B, you're in a bit of trouble. And if you make it feel like there's 5 of you over towards B long, you're going to give up a ton of map control if you have to pivot. So this, I don't know whether they're just doing it again for shits and giggles or something, but this doesn't look good to me. Like, for example, now, where do they pivot? They don't have anybody watching to see if there was a push down short. They don't have anyone watching to see if Showers is clear. They don't even have somebody watching to see if Hookah's clear. They've got to have Thomasy watching their backs from up towards the teleporter. So unless they just brute force their way through B, where they're expecting there to now be 4 players, if not 5, or I mean, maybe there could be 3 with 2 on a double flank or something. This, they still have massive weapon advantage, but it doesn't look comfortable for Karmine Corp. They've got the bloody teams the wrong way around as well. Ignore these things. All right, Karmine Corp pick a timing, get out onto site, and they just kind of rolled them. They absolutely just explode on them. Let's see what the utility looked like when they came out through the smoke there, though. So they went for a fake teleport. And they sky flash. And that's it. I thought they would at least sky flash with something else. You know, sky flash with I guess they blast back out too, but Sky Flash with a Yoru Flash or something, or Sky Flash and actually TP Martin to somewhere aggressive. But I mean, there's a lot of confidence on this team in terms of the way that they're scaling, and they're also hitting some nice shots. You can tell that the team is skilled. The Sage pick from Heretics? I mean, it's a very old school approach to bind. But you can still win with a composition like this, absolutely. I'm only 2 rounds in, Rubric Duck. I don't know that yet. Alright, let's have a look. So, I would assume Karmine Corp are going to do something different here, but looking at their positioning, maybe not. Do Heretics have an idea of what they want to do against this? Because it feels like this one way from Shin is just winning them B long every round. The nade is quite nice there as well from Narrate, but Boo manages to get in front of it, put down his molly and his smoke. Good play from Boo there. He's still going to get forced away by the flash. And Martin's trying to come in from B long as well. He's cloning, pushing forwards. Good Viper wall as well to allow Boo to move away. In the meantime, they've walled off walled off showers, but Thomasy knows that they haven't pushed short. So it was a more controlled approach to this round. Ah, they go for the alter in. Oh my god. Wait, that's devastating. The audio being desynced is super off-putting, by the way, here. But look at what they go for. So they've paused the round a little bit, but not very much at all. They go for the Martin ult out here. And normally the Martin ult is going to set something else up. And it informs the paranoia and whether or not Magnum and Narrate want to commit. So when Martin sees these players kind of out in the open, he comes for the paranoia and the flash, presumably. And Narrate just commits off the back of it too. Oh, I guess Magnum does. With Narrate. That is really decisive off the back of the Yoru ult there. And Heretics weren't expecting that commit to come so quickly. They barely had time to react. As soon as the Yoru ult came in, Karmine Corp were ready to commit. So, if they can't deal with this one way over here, if they're not willing to... I mean, you could try to triple push out B long, but that would be a bit dangerous. You could certainly send some flashes down there and threaten like you were fighting B long, so that you stop them from just 5-man running down B. But also, you could just try to give up this area and go for some aggression somewhere else. You could try to triple push down short. You could try to go for a showers aggression, although that'll be a little more delayed. But to be honest, I like the idea of pushing the other side of the map because Karmine Corp don't have any flank watch. And you know that they're super heavy towards B long at the start of these rounds. So I'd like to see Team Heretics do something more aggressive here. I think that's on Miniboo to decide to do that over on A. Nope, instead they're going to go for the more like defensive approach to this by just stacking B. Oh, it looks like they're going to smoke here and flash out of it. I hope that they don't fully commit to this. I like the idea of this to... well, I suppose they're on an eco round. They could try to fully commit, but I think they're just more likely to get mowed down. Alright, well they flash, and it does put Karmine Corp off. The Viper Orb plus the flash was enough to dissuade Karmine Corp from taking that. They immediately pivot into a play over towards Suka, so I like this as a secondary plan for them. And now they're going to insert Narrate, and the rest of them go over towards A. Watch out for Woot here getting caught. I quite like his position, though. And he's heard Shin. Oh, what a whiff. Oh, nobody tell Mini. Oh, that's a tragedy. Woot should have had that one bang to rights. That's like what I was doing in my ranked games. I'm going to turn down the audio even further because fuck if this isn't distracting. Hearing all the abilities like 5 seconds later. So this should be a really easy round to clean up, so I'm just going to skip. Oh my god, it wasn't an easy round to clean up. Alright. So we've got a post plant. Nice shot by Miniboo. Then they don't realize that Showers has been lost. Somehow. I don't really understand how, because they teleported. I mean, they know that there's somebody Showers. 100%. I guess it's not that they don't realize, it's just that Thomasy loses the duel. No, I mean, Thomasy's looking over towards bench. Thomasy is watching in this direction as well as this direction because he's worried that somebody could drop and play like this as soon as somebody dies. He would hear the drop though. Yeah, I think he's worried that people have pushed out pipes or something. God, that's a bit of a tragedy in the post plan there for Karmine Corp. They had it working, but it felt like both of their players in Lamps got out-dueled. Both of their players in Lamps, though, were trying to take fights. Everybody on Karmine Corp is holding an angle rather than holding a crossfire. Do you know what I mean? They have Thomasy watching Showers alone, no kind of cross setup from bench for people to actually push out of Showers and then get punished. And they've got two people watching like aggressively in Lamps instead of waiting to try and kill people that have walked into Lamps. So maybe a bit of the inexperience and aggression on this team ended up biting them. This round looking a lot more like how Sentinels approach the map, with Martin just trying to take... I mean, this one's straight out of the Sentinels playbook. They're taking the Yoru into Showers. They have the teleport back here that Tens likes to use. I do like this one way, though, that Shin is using. I think that's a good one. Makes it a lot more difficult for Rien to do anything on the other side. What? Okay, there was a smoke there and a paranoia. So that's not as batshit bonkers as it looks. It did look a little batshit bonkers. Martin has been stuck by this sage wall that's been put down. So Martin did take Showers, but they would have to wait for the wall to drop, which they might do. But you're expecting there to be 3B while this wall stays alive. Shin going for the fake teleport into the smoke. Boo is already in the smoke. Magnum's going to walk into it. What is that play? They fake like they've teleported into the smoke, and then they walk into it. But they never actually dominate the smoke, so the defender's more likely to be inside of that. Especially when Showers is walled, they're going to be playing either backside or Lamps. So that just seems a bit desperate to me. I don't really know what Magnum was cooking there. Narrate is running in. Knife out with his nade. Well, Karmine Corp looked fairly decent at the beginning of this half. It's fallen to pieces a bit in these last two rounds. Not final two. Yeah, the game actually ended at 3-2. So they have Seekers here to try and make something happen. Oh, that's cool. So Martin's been putting a little bit of pressure over towards Showers, and now they're still doing the B long take, but they're making it feel... They're going to, I think, here do a fast B hit, but they're making it feel like a default by putting the Yoru clone over towards Showers. So it feels like Martin is over on the A side of the map, even though he just put that clone down ages ago. I like that. That's cool. 10 should steal that. Ah, and Team Heretics are learning how to play around the one-way as well, making it work for them. Or Heretics were going to try a re-clear, but they were just slower. And I like the way that Narrate is confident enough to use his team's information that they're fighting heavily over Octagon to burst out of Hookah. Narrate knows that it's much less likely there's somebody holding back sight who's going to be able to punish him for doing this, because they're fighting, 3 players around Octagon. So he knows that he's going to be able to get a fairly clean double blast back out here, and then he's going to be able to pinch the player that's still alive back there. But really, that's Karmine Corp doing something before Heretics did something. That's what happened there. If Karmine Corp had been more passive in that situation and allowed Heretics to go for a nade reclear, I think that would have gotten really awkward for Heretics. But Martin was immediately trying to follow up as soon as the one-way fell. So the aggression ends up paying off for them. Did the title just change? Yes, I just changed the title to Karmine Corp vs Heretics VOD review because I saw someone in the chat getting confused that this wasn't a co-stream. So they used the Yoru ult on B previously. Now they've used it to clear out the entirety of A. Once this snakebite dissipates, they'll try and get it down, but there's another snakebite being used. So this snakebite is coming from over here. So this isn't the same as the snakebite lineup that's coming from here, which we saw some teams do, where you do the lineup like that. This one's coming from spawn, but still pretty similar. And very dangerous if they could combo it with a nade. Or a Brim Molly, I suppose, but the Raise Nade seems more likely to get chip damage. They're going to Brim Molly and Nade to try to clear out lamps. Narrate ults to try to hold them back. And Miniboo clears out Martin. Miniboo then also kills Magnum. They know that... Oh my god, Shin tries to go for the Tikutoku play. Tried to paranoia them and teleport to triple. These A post plants are looking kind of disastrous for Karmine Corp. They're playing a lot of players around lamps, and the players around triple or showers just end up getting stuffed. Yeah, they're not playing anybody bench, but even it's not even the positioning really that I'm bothered about. It's that they don't really seem to be able to stop Team Heretics or slow them down by contesting them, by making them walk into any crossfires. They also don't have people positioned to swing off each other. They just have people kind of grouped up. Like there's 2 in lamps, 1 short, 2 showers, but none of them were even trying to fight to help the other people holding in different areas. The 2 showers were playing together. The 2 lamps were playing together. All right, so Shin teleports. Shin has got some TikTok ideas, huh? And now Team Heretics are going to try to refight B-Long. So Magnum's getting hard pressured here, but he does manage to take down Miniboo. Gen.G takes 1 as well, so this is a 2v2 where Shin has site control. Team Heretics still trying to find the right reaction to what's going on here over towards B-Long. And this time pushing into Magnum, it ended up working fairly well, but when Karmine Corp are getting that aggressive in the other parts of the map as well, it's difficult for them because that wraparound's always coming. Yeah, Heretics cannot find a way of properly holding this off. They're having to commit so many resources and bodies to B-Long that they just let either Narrate or Martin pop out through Hookah. And that time they also had to worry about Shin, who teleported to Elbow. But at least that time, Team Heretics were more decisive on what they were doing rather than just getting caught with a nade out. Miniboo's going to try to op here, and I assume Miniboo's going to try and take the really aggressive peek out of Hookah. No? Miniboo's just holding for the Hookah peak. So they're going to try to heavily fight towards B-Long, and then Miniboo's going to try and get a kill. Narrate is so fast. I mean, he just fills that position really quickly. If Narrate's a fraction of a second later, he probably gets caught by Miniboo there. But he's so quick to follow up on the fact that he knows that operator has retreated. And predicts where he's going to retreat to as well. Well, with the pick going down over towards short, I think we can guarantee this is going to be Karmine Corp committing to B. And they're sending most of their players over through hookah because Narrate knows that he killed somebody there earlier. It could still have someone in it. They're peeking there off the sky flash, by the way. Look, Magnum's taking B long on his own with the dog. The dog cleared everything out, so Magnum's not really scared of anything. And then he walks up, and he flashes there to clear out, like, the under hookah position as well. I don't know. I mean, these guys are definitely feeling a lot more confident when that flash doesn't find anybody on top of the box holding the angles that you would normally see into hookah. They go for a triple swing as the flash comes through. Shin just goes for the normal smokes this time. Boo gets caught with the op in his hands, which seems extremely optimistic to me, going for the operator to try and defend the site. Hard anchoring with the op against double duelist. Good luck with that one. Narrate reminded me of Jing. Yeah. Narrate's playing with that very opportunistic, aggressive style that you would see from somebody like Jing, where if you give them an inch, they'll take it all. I mean, look at that play. Thomasy's giving Narrate the information, and Narrate swings. Even if Narrate doesn't get the kill, Thomasy's behind them. This team looks like it's going to be really aggressive. Just the tendencies that they're going for here seem like they want to fight, and quickly. This could be the... I'm not going to say the Paper X of EMEA, but this could definitely be the fastest team in EMEA. This could also be the kind of team that gets absolutely pounded by better teams who play slowly well, like Fnatic and Na'Vi. So a bit more of a default to start this round by Karmine Corp. They put some pressure over towards short. Martin makes himself known over towards showers, but gets walled off again. I mean, the wall is getting some decent value, but they're not rotating to B when the wall is up. Look, they now have 4 players on A, even with the wall being up. So, I mean, God bless Miniboo. He's screwed here, isn't he? Dimensional Drift manages to find Miniboo as well. Shin could just smoke it off. Yeah, Shin just smokes it off. Miniboo's just there with a shorty, I think. It's a mixed buy, though, because Miniboo's got... I swear, didn't Boo have a shorty? Yeah, I think it's like a half buy round for Team Heretics. Do you happen to know how to stop an anxiety attack that feels like a heart attack? No, outside of some classic anxiety techniques like square breathing and that kind of stuff, which I assume if you have anxiety attacks and that are somewhat common or intense, you would know classic techniques like that. But just in case you don't, I mean, breathing in for 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, out for 4, hold for 4. And if they continue, talking to a health professional about it. For God's sake, don't watch this match. The game restarted. I think they gave Gen.G the round, by the way. God. Okay, I'm gonna watch the first half. We'll pause at the halftime, okay? And we'll go back to the mainstream. So, Heretics fighting aggressively over B long. And Karmine Corp are really holding a default this round. This is much slower paced because Martin is operating. So it looks like Woot is walling off contact in showers as well. So Martin does have an opportunity there to get a pick. Yep, and he does. All right, so that's bonus points both ways around. They get a kill, and it's on the player that was going to be walling over in this direction. And it looks like... Oh, God, Boo just peeks back in, thinking that Martin is going to have repositioned. This round should be over, except... Miniboo goes for a blast pack play down B long with a flash. That does equalize things a little bit. Oh my God, Benji Fishy just got styled on. Benji Fishy just got fucking double blast pack shortied on in backside. God damn. Well, back to Fortnite. Alright. I'm going to move things forward a little bit here. Rien's got a kill. These post plants have looked bad from Karmine Corp on A. Again, Rien's is able to kill one. These post plants really don't look very good from Karmine Corp on this side. They just give Team Heretics so much space without really... I don't know if it's a lack of utility. I think it's just a lack of playing the crossfires on site. And playing difficult positions to flush out. Like, when you play a post plant, what you ideally want to find are some positions that are tough for your opponents to get rid of, and then some people to play off those people. So, like, if you have a person in pocket here, that's a difficult spot for people to flush out. And then you can have someone playing lamps or someone playing short for them to, you know, to use the person at pocket as bait. And the same thing over towards bench as well. Bench is a difficult area to flush out. So maybe you have someone showers ready to swing off the guy bench if he gets punished. You just set up little ideas like that, and it feels like those are missing a bit from Karmine Corp on A. They're playing similar positions to other teams without having the people ready to play off each other. The flash did not find anything B long. Magnum dodged it. And they're going to continue to push and just get owned. Oh my god, Magnum went for the pop-in swing and failed it. Oh no. But the aggression again through Hookah manages to break that, and the fact that Karmine Corp had killed so many people on the push at the beginning. So a 9-3 half for Karmine Corp, just playing so aggressively. Quite nice to watch. A lot of fun to watch, actually, as well. Let's go, though, back into this then, shall we? I'm going to go back to when the pause ended. So the score should be 3-1. Is this the first round when they came back? Okay. All right, here we go then. Here we go. We're getting back into it. So we've got Gen.G versus FUT. The score should be 3-1 in favor of Gen.G, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the wait. Thank you for waiting with us patiently. We are heading back into the game as Gen.G are 3.
I'm not going to comment about the way that Gen.G are... Not going to comment about the way that Gen.G are running their Viper setup on defense. Hello, love.
Texture, the operator online, heavy stack as well over towards the A side of things.
I did.
Of the defense of Gen.G. It's quick.
I definitely did. Don't let him lie to you.
Gonna be able to lock it down. A missed shot on the operator. Texture down for the count. Cena looking for more equalize as the spike goes down. Captain.
So, FUT are able to get in aggressively over towards B this round.
Yep, that's big for FUT, holding a player advantage at the
Oh, Crack's almost getting caught there as well. Cracks is in a really rough position. Oh, but his aim is so good.
Because now Karen is dead, and it's all going to be onto Meteor. No abilities. A hot potato switch up. Push back by the aftershock.
Cracks should have been caught dead to rights there. How on earth is that a headshot? Mr. Fallen should be able to just quietly win this round for them. Good stun, good stun.
Meteor RP is just dancing around the site at the moment. The round is done and dusted from here. That he be a bit of a...
Right, so the score should be 3-2.
Yeah, another 3-man stack over towards the A long side of things. I like this cross of the wall.
So they're playing the Viper. Okay, Texture does fall. They double swung window, and they managed to trade out the Jet Opper. So that's a big win for the attackers there. Big win for FUT. They lost their IGL in their breach, but I think they should still be alright in this round. They have Crack's ultimate as well. I don't think they realized that the Killjoy is playing A this round, because they heard people spamming from B long, from A long. It felt like there was a lot of people there. Munchkin, I don't think, needs to go for a play like this. It's a 4v4. There's just no reason that he needs to do this. But he does get 2 out of it.
So things are looking alright for the likes of Gen.G at the moment, but will they be happy enough to leave everything to Meteor at the A site?
And Munchkin's going to call for a double push down C long as Meteor gets pressured. Meteor's stuck in a corner with his ultimate. I mean, it just looks like an awful position for Meteor, but there's so few players alive from FUT that he might end up not being cleared here, because there's just not enough people to clear all of the spots. Oh, Meteor's got to be a bit worried by this. Oh, they're so aware of that. So aware of that.
Seen the body, that wall is always going to be a little bit pesky in that position. You think something is up, it's not a wall that we've seen before. But now it's going to be a two-man flank from two different spots. Karen, the paranoia.
Alright, Karen just gives away exactly where he's positioned there. They're still worried about where Munchkin is. Oh, and Karen gets the kill on Adder Captain. Nice kill from CNED. There was certainly an opportunity there for CNED to get timinged, but he's there. So now Gen.G are on an eco round, and it's 3-3, I think. Depending on what happened with the admin decision as well.
Large emphasis on the B side at the moment, a weak point, a vulnerability that FUT have exposed of Gen.G's, and you can feel some reluctance from FUT at the moment too, thinking that this is going to be the point where you're winning 2 rounds in a row, you're thinking that Gen.G are going to do something a little bit uncharacteristic, a little bit unorthodox, pushing up the A-long position.
I hate the way the Munchkin plays Viper on this map. I'm going to try not to mold about it all game, but no promises. So Texture went from playing around this trap setup on B, just basically gamble stacking B, into now walking down mid. And this should start a reactive fast play into A. FUT are kind of slow here. They're getting there. Texture manages to avoid the 0 point, so he keeps his knives online for a moment. Now they've been taken away.
Have no use in this round for at least for more than half of that, spike taken away. You can see how paranoid.
Right, Meteor's gonna go for it.
The alarm bot is there. They are waiting for something to happen around the flank area.
No Nano Swarm to break this. No Aftershock to break this.
What utility do FUT have available out of the site? Texture again.
Wasn't the greatest smoke from Adder Captain, but that wasn't even the thing that ended up getting him caught. Oh, Texture is just killing everybody. Texture's literally trying to kill everybody. He did. He got the ace at the end with the classic. Oh, Texture's 1v5ing them. Texture's the only good player on the team, and he's 1v5ing them.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the spearhead while the rest of the team just focused on making sure that that spike gets defused. That's all was the goal, and now they're heading in towards the garage. Texture's hiding in the dark.
So it should be 4-3 to Gen.G at the moment, with FUT on an eco. Cracks gets caught. Thankfully it wasn't CNED who has the hero rifle. Texture's so deep, and he catches Mr. Fallen. Wait, maybe this isn't an eco. I swear I saw some people. I think almost everybody's got guns. Maybe it was only one person that had to eco here for FUT. GenG though with a big kill might make this one doable. They could go for the lockdown in garage. They could even lock down garage and then Omen ult A. There's the alarm bot. Oh, I think B is a worse place to plant. Oh, this is awful decision from GenG. Oh, that's dreadful. That's so much worse to ult there. Oh, I feel like GenG's decision making is normally really good. That's disappointing. That's such a bad call by FUT there, going into B and trying to ult back sight like that. He's just, there's no way that his teammate can play off him. Oh my god, the Omen ult. Adder Captain Omen ulting into Omen ulting into the site, throwing out the paranoia, getting countered by Karen. Oh, GenG's managed to get himself into a lovely timing here, but no smokes.
down. But although they are surrounded, they've got space to play with towards mid.
Ooh, that is close.
Turret still in the garage.
I don't like these post plants on B from FUT. They just keep putting somebody in backside like that without anyone ready to play off them.
Slowly the curtain starts to close on
Look how bad these post plants are.
more than just Cena getting one. The trade on out.
Oh.
To deny cracks, and it's all onto Mr. Fallen. An aftershock can only do so
Rest in
much. Quite a
peace.
bit of time, actually. But is it gonna be enough? There's
No,
so
no
many
chance.
bodies
0%
available
chance
for
that
Gen.G.
Mr. Fallen wins this.
Has to give this one up to because they know that they've got the players that they need for retake positions because of the utility that Meteor keeps alive by keeping.
I'm so annoyed that Gen.G keep winning on Haven.
Wall now, coming out for Munchkin, so a different game plan, a different strategy to be played for Gen.G, and I like this. It's an operator pushing.
Alright, Yedaj creeping up close towards Garage as Texture swings around short with his operator. They dog as well, so now they have really good info over towards A lobby.
Most of A main, so they know that he can be left alone, and Lucky is going to rotate away because now Texture's got A main in control. Is it a false sense though that they see the Trailblazer come from long? Do they expect anything up through short? It doesn't matter at the moment. Calm before the storm. Front of B side, a second dark cover to go through from Karen.
Well, they use the aftershock to break the turret. And they know that Munchkin is fighting there. Oh my god, Munchkin trying to play aggressively as well. In Garage. Oh, they're going to run into Texture here. What? What is that from CNED? If someone did that to me in my ranked games, I would immediately be reporting them for cheating. Good flash from Karen. Good smoke as well from Karen. I can't believe CNED's winning these. Wow, Lucky are being able to kill both Fallen and Ada Captain. God damn. Karen is doing a very good job. On these A defenses, Karen's paranoia and the smoke that he's throwing are making up for the fact that Munchkin's got a non-optimized Viper setup. God damn.
Score up to 7-3 now, as FUT getting a little bit desperate for control, and they're heading into Garage looking for the same. They've got Meteor in that smoke once again. The smoke plays from Gen.G.
This Garage control is, I think, one of the things that... Oh, how does CNED again get a trade through the smoke with his knives? It feels like FUT's composition should struggle a little bit with being able to take Garage control. So the fact that they've just put so many bodies in there... Oh my god, CNED. Trying to do his jump at the end of the dash, but getting snarled up. I don't think he's going to 1v5 them here. Or 1v4, I suppose he already got one of the kills earlier. There's no shot CNED wins this round. Texture did get the ace earlier on with the jet knives, but surely not. Oh my god, he's rotating away from A? Dude, what a maniac. What a maniac. He tapped on A, making it sound like he's trying to bait them into planting. Holy fuck. What the hell? Okay, but he still needs to win a post plant.
Get all three. If he right clicks, the time is going to be a little bit ill-advised, so he just has to go for these left clicks. The tailwind activated. The first
oh my god, wait, he's nuts. Oh, dude, the jet differential. That is so funny that that's the way the round ends. Okay, surely we're going to catch up to live soon, aren't we? Actually, we're miles away from live. How are we that far away from live? Alright. Munchkin gets Mr. Fallen. That's devastating for FUT to start this round off. The breach utility is so important for them to be able to take map control because they don't run the Sova in this comp. Yeah, the rest of FUT is not really popping.
Side attempt as well. Munchkin hopefully doesn't get
Last time I watched this team play Haven, like quite a while back, I was impressed with how they moved around the map. But here, it feels like they don't really have a good way of being able to push back, or at least they're not starting the rounds by pushing back the A players. They just seem to be starting the rounds by walking into mid, and they're doing a lot of B hits, and the B post plants do not look good, and they're not doing any garage reflanking or anything like that. It feels like they're just getting stuck and forced into B because they're scared of texture and they don't want to go for a C hit for some reason as well. Without the breach, possibly? Oh, why ADS? Oh, there's no way. Can I ask, though, why FUT keep going B? And why they're pushing the A connector by dry swinging through smokes? Their composition looks so bad as soon as the breach dies, because Krax is not a supportive KO player.
Seen it for a lot more on that B side than he got with just the KO and the Omen, and absolutely no contact whatsoever as a team.
Oh, some kind of timeout here? Oh, this was halftime, my bad. Alright, surely we're caught up to live now. Yes, we are. Okay.
I asked the question earlier on, is Munchkin also going to be able to redo what he did previously? These two players...
So that's a devastatingly bad half from FUT, I think. Mostly because Mr. Fallen kept dying at the beginning of the rounds. Oh, not mostly. Mostly because they kept going B, and that was the only part of the map that they could ever get into because they weren't putting enough early round utility towards Garage or towards A long. So they just ended up getting funneled into B, and then their post plants there looked so bad. But it also didn't help that Mr. Fallen died early on 2 rounds, I think. Stun for Fallen. Texture's already ahead of it. Yeah, Karen's faster than the flash there. But somebody did go down to the aftershock. There's Munchkin.
Guns blazing, so he's going to enjoy this as flank could be coming. Nah, it's not going to happen. He goes back.
Yeah, I don't think there's any need to flank on the retake here when the Viper's dead.
Away from the site itself, a texture getting up to the smoke, waiting on the timing on this one. A great paranoia, a great peek for information. But here we go, the battle at sea.
Crack's managing to kill 2, but Ada Captain can't hit a shot. The FUT players don't look like they're in super sharp form either. I'm watching Ada Captain whiff. However, Mr. Fallen did hit some really nice martial shots earlier on, and CNED's still been popping off, and Krax has hit some rounds that look alright. So I guess it's really just Ada Captain who's looking a bit dodgy. Which is unfortunate, because Ada Captain was one of their better players last year. I thought he added a lot to the team. Oh, pieces of the hood are coming back. Pieces of it. I've lost track of what the score is, by the way. What was the score at the half? Like 9-3, 8-4, something like that to GenG. It was 9-3, now it's 10-3, right.
So things are starting to crumble once more for FUT. Yeah, CNED's going to try and maybe get something done towards mid where he does not have anybody to look upon. GenG playing this really smart, making sure that the mistakes from the first half are not repeated here. They're all isolated as well. Yeah. At the moment, you need to just find some individual plays. I mean, CNED and Krax, their names they can definitely do without a captain is going to be.
It should just be a round loss here unless they can hit some outrageous martial shots.
Is that a spot you actually want to try and go towards, knowing that Ada Captain has been a little bit weak?
Yeah, GenG looked fantastic previously in the games that I've watched of him before. He looks alright today. Mostly it's Ada Captain, to be honest, that I've noticed whiffing, but yeah, the team I don't think played their attack side very well at all. Sliggy would draw a scoreboard in Epic Pen, sadly. Unlucky. All right, so 11-3 up.
Means it's for Haven at least right now. It's the time for
I can draw the score on the screen for you if you like.
time like none other for them.
I think FUT was on the left, weren't they?
They were being so meticulous against True
Ada Captain went 7 for 12 in a 13-4 win versus True Rippers.
have seemingly been the better team to learn from their mistakes as we are approaching the climax of this game. If FUT lose this, it is game over.
Yeah, it is.
There's that deep dark cover without a drone player.
Oh, CNED just spamming through the smoke, ends up getting caught.
Straight onto CNED, your star player.
That's a tragedy for FUT at the beginning of the round. It feels like every first kill has gone the way of GenG.
Might just find out a captain who's actually gone into towards C-Long himself. There is an
Look at
alarm
this
button there to
look.
catch him off guard. A big reveal, however, from the 0 point. Thrown just near the window of mid, catches about 3 players in the lobby. Yep.
Ada Captain, he's just walking out C. The A players have not heard that they're deep, have not heard that there's any kind of exec. The only information that they had was a 0 point that told them that there was players around there. That just seems like such a horrible decision from Ada Captain. I think it's fine for him to push C long if he just holds a passive angle until somebody until Crack says they're coming towards B, or until someone on A says they're coming towards A. Good kill by YetaJ, but Lucky is able to pick him up. I missed it. Ooh, that's a great flash, but fantastic anti-flash position from Karen. They were very ready for that. 9 chances, chat. 9 chances. They've bossed this, haven't they? They've bossed this. Karen's performance has looked a lot better today than it did in the match against True Rippers.
Because FUT have absolutely no idea. It seems like they're not able to read anything at all that GenG are doing, because how patiently GenG are actually executing these, sites. And first things first is that they're always almost getting that first pick. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not even going to bother putting the score on the screen anymore. They're taking an attack timeout. Guys, we can win this. We just need to win 9 rounds in a row on our defense side. Don't think that's going to happen very much. These headsets do not look like the ones that people are normally wearing at LAN events. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just white.
There's laughter, which is a good sign. But what are you actually talking about in this scenario to make, the mountain climb?
How FUT and GenG looked. Both teams' Havens looked flawed when I watched them versus True Rippers. Yeah. Well, FUT's looked more flawed. They lost 6 rounds in a row at the end of the first half. Just either getting killed early without taking any map control, having bad B post plants, not really taking any control of the map over towards A. Just looking bleh. And GenG's players have been popping too. Meteor got an ace with his knives. Karen's been playing way better than Ada Captain has. If you want to do a smoke differential check. Oh, good awareness. Nice awareness.
More like a run straight through kind of thing, because they're all going right into the A side. Oh, but a good lineup. A good one from CNED. Doesn't really stop GenG from getting
wow, and CNED drops into sight. Dude, please, don't throw away your life. So this is where YetaJ ends up coming in clutch, because he's going to get them information, all right, like right now, about where they are. Ooh, except that they're slow walking. They're slow walking to not give info to somebody that's over here. They're going to get hit by the alarm bot. And now YetaJ is like, guys, I need help. He kills Munchkin, though, and now YetaJ needs to be cleared out. So this is going to delay for a long time. Oh! Lucky gets the kill. But there's 2 players coming on the flank here. This feels like a really nice position to be pushing from.
see sight, but do they expect this flank? Because there's a smoke right now that's going to allow them to creep up closer, and it just dissipated. Oh, but look at this, they're spotting for
They've been spotted. This is time to send the flashes, send the stuns. There's no way! Karen was walking the whole time.
With that, it might be the end of FUT in this map, CNED.
Blind, moving, somehow bullets magnetized to his head. Hallelujah, CNED wins that. That would have been the most disgusting way for Gen.G to win the map. That's... I mean, dude, these FUT players are boomed. These FUT players are absolutely boomed. They're like, dude, this guy running blind just killed both of us. Yeah, and the captain looks so boomed. We don't get to see a replay of that, but I'll do a live replay for you guys. Live replay. Holy mother of God, what was that? Hello?
Again, you can't make a mistake as FUT at the moment. Yeah, and that wallbang already takes him down close to half HP. Krax is not going to be happy with that. And Gen.G, they clearly love their wallbangs towards that mid window. There's a lot of reliance on GenG over at C at the moment by himself. The squad for FUT making sure that they're covering A, making sure that they're covering B at the moment. This wall
mama.
Respected at the moment by FUT.
That knife just rolled FUT. They thought that those players were in mid when they weren't. They were in short. Wow, Adacaptain somehow manages to get a couple there. They didn't think that there's anybody over towards long. Adacaptain's going to try and follow up. He's not going to think about the second player there. Karen again, getting away with murder. Wait, Karen popping off. Wait, Karen popping off. Wait a second. Wait a second. Are we finally seeing why? Well, I say finally. Oh my God! Karen just had a life game. Dude, Karen's performance that whole map was nasty good. Wait a second. Wait a second. This is why they picked Karen up. Karen looked quite bad when they played against True Rippers. Maybe just a bit of anxiety or something, playing for the first time on the big stage. Because that was a world of difference. That was a world of difference compared to previously. Another open tryouts find? Maybe. Alright, let's do the second half of the Karmine Corp VOD review while... I hope he didn't say that we were melons. No, I wasn't saying that you guys were melons. Your team looks very aggressive, though. Or maybe that's only on Bind where you guys are playing double duelist. I don't know what comps you're playing on the other maps, but it feels like you've got some really aggressive, opportunistic players on your team. The way that Martin and Narrate are playing is so decisive. But they also look like they want to take fights all the time in post plants. Right, okay, let's get back into this VOD review then. I'm going to change the title to... the Karmine Corp Heretics VOD review again. I don't know if I even changed the title back, to be honest with you. Right, so anyway, Heretics Karmine Corp. So we already watched them have a 9-3 first half here, Karmine Corp. So now on the defense side, what do we know about this composition, the way that it plays defense? Usually you're going to have... some like dog pressure through the teleporter. If you're playing it the same way as Sentinels, they have their smokes player and their raise player over towards showers. They have their Yoru able to showers crunch as well, and they play fairly aggressive over in that kind of way. It seems like they've got a fairly similar setup here. 3B to start the round, 2 over towards A. It looks like they're going to send a gate crash this way to rotate A, instead of leaving the gate crash B and going through the teleporter. So I'd be surprised if there was some kind of showers crunch here. Because normally you want to leave your teleporter B if you're going to showers crunch, because that way you can reinforce the other side of the map, I think. Oh God, wait, what are they up to? So instead of... what are they up to? So Magnum has a dog and a flash. He flashes early here, and I guess because he caught somebody, he thinks that then they're A defaulting on the pistol, so they just walk down. Well, that ended up absolutely rolling them. I think that's because the flash here caught contact on the sky here. I think it just gave Magnum the completely wrong read on what Team Heretics were doing on the pistol. I think that's just a risky thing to go for anyway, though. Going for the double walk down here. I think if you flash here and you get info that there is somebody over there, it would be a nice idea to try to wait for your showers players to get contact and do some kind of crunch on them. But like I said, it didn't look like Martin had really set his teleporter up to do a showers crunch at the beginning of the round. Seemed like he was playing more for fighting B. What is going on here? Why have they got 4 players in elbow? What's going on here? What the fuck are they doing? What are they doing? They're just trying to avoid making any noise and being totally hidden over towards B long, maybe? I really don't know. That's a jump scare for Miniboo. Okay, so this is a 3v3, but I don't really see Karmine Corp winning this. They're planting for backside. They know where the Viper is. They might have heard the Sky Flash. Now they do. So they know where everyone apart from Shin is. And now they see Shin. So now they know the last 2 players are here. Rien doesn't need to fight that. Oh, Thomasy almost manages to catch Gen.G there. Alright. So what about this round then? So this time, they have their Omen with a one-way over towards showers. Martin just holding an off angle in hookah. Narrate on top of the truck. Martin doesn't leave though after getting the first kill, so he ends up getting traded. This is still player advantage for Karmine Corp though. The 2 duelists just looking to see if they can take fights at the beginning of the round, and they end up winning them. Definitely opportunities, like if you play in that style all the time, you're going to end up eventually running into teams that are going to be able to punish that. Not every time maybe, but enough that it becomes a bit of an issue for you. But that doesn't mean that you should never go for that kind of thing. Especially if you have a really skilled roster like this Karmine Corp team does. I think they're more skilled than Heretics overall. Right, what are we doing with this wall in backside? Now, the amount of people that can play off Woot is 0 here. And I don't think Woot realized that his head could be seen through the other side of the wall. Well, I don't know really whether to praise that retake from Karmine Corp, but, you know, I suppose... Oh, hello. Okay. A bit out of sync there from Thomasy and Shin, but that's fine. They had a massive advantage. It was like a 4v1. So they're getting close to the pit, but not really any of the other ultimates. They're going to go for a push down short with a teleport through. Wait a second. What are they cooking here? This is looking like how Paper X play this map. So they've put the teleport over here at the start of the round, but they're not putting the Yoru into the TP. They're putting the Omen into the TP. Ah, to send the paranoia. This actually does look like a Paper X round. They have the Omen Paranoia coming through here. I think it was Paper X that were doing this, that were teleporting Mind Freak and then throwing Paranoias into like weird positions. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was another team. If it was another team, though, I can't remember who it was. But I've definitely seen someone else do this, where they use the Omen TP to get better angles for the Paranoia. Liquid? Oh, was it Liquid with Redgar? No. Was it? I can't remember. Yeah, it's not Paper X, though. You're right. Maybe it was Redgar. I think you might be correct, Camel Barley. Anyway, sorry. To look at what they do. The Paranoia catches onto the player that would be holding over towards here in market, watching short, which is a really cool idea. And then they push forwards, get this pick. They still have Martin watching in this direction, just in case there's somebody else over on the opposite side of top short. And then he teleports away. What a response from Zaish. For any audio listeners, the question was, do you feel like the team environment overall is better than the 2023 season? And the response being, what a question. I never lived something like the 2023 team, and I hope that I won't ever live it again. Or I'll jump from a bridge, I think. Because you would need to do bungee jumping in order to fix your mental, right? The implication there being that you would need to go and do something really fun like bungee jumping in order to reset your mental. Yeah, and in this round, you've also got Magnum already rotated over as well. They don't realize, I think, that Boo has taken Shower's control. So that could be a potential weakness in what Karmine Corp are setting up here. They've also not got Shin out of the teleport. He's just ready to play a crossfire. Which means that I think they probably could have kept 2 players on A, but these A players are in really passive situations. So Magnum leaving A that early has probably allowed Team Heretics to get into quite a nice post plan. Why Mini Boo is on the deepest lurk of his life as a raise, I don't really know. Can Mini Boo possibly get this timing? Maybe. He's going to be able to run now because he's far enough away. Woot's on an aggressive position. Woot should just be able to get a free kill here, I think. Nope. They were ready for it somehow. Here comes Mini Boo around from behind. And Boo behind. What? These guys aren't responding. These guys are not reacting to Boo's footsteps. Boo was stomping his way around from showers to short. And Karmine Corp didn't respond. All right, now Mini Boo is in a nasty spot. Yep, it's over. They had the lineup as well. That's just audio issues, maybe? Or maybe they just assumed that whoever was stomping around behind them was on their team for some reason because they were that oblivious about losing showers earlier on. That's a rough one for Karmine Corp to lose, though, because the set play at the beginning of the round was nice, but they gave up too much room over towards A because they had Martin teleport away and they had Magnum leave the site, and then their raise player, Narrate, after he'd gone deep to get the kill in market, walked all the way out back to heaven. I think at least leave Magnum and Narrate on the site there. And then also disaster in the post plant, wasn't it? From or disaster in the retake, allowing Boo to run up behind you. This round, it looks like Karmine Corp are just going for a gamble over towards A after Magnum hasn't really seen anything long. Unfortunately, Team Heretics are towards B long. Magnum's going to realize that now, but it's kind of too late for Karmine Corp to even move the setup. So I don't think there's any good reason to keep that command. Poor Zaish. All right, they're going to go for something aggressive again. Same play. Same exact set play, except this time with the showstopper. Miniboo tries to punish, but doesn't manage to. Wait, sorry, let me go back to this round. Sorry. Did my brain stop working here entirely? What the fuck happened? Dude, holy shit. I didn't even figure out what was going on here. Oh my god, I skipped the eco round win because I just assumed that Team Heretics were going to win it, and I was reading the chat as they all got mowed down. Wait, what? They all decided to teleport? It's only Magnum on B, and they decided to run away and all take the teleport, even though they've only seen the Sky utility and they ran into the stack. Oh my god. 19 seconds left. They have to go through the snake bite, and they all just get mowed down. Oh, that's tragic. Oh, that's tragic. My brain had turned off because I assumed that was an unlosable round for Heretics. What the fuck? How does that end up working? How does that work? Magnum only had one flash as well. He'd already used both flashes and a dog. He got one flash that came off cooldown. He used one flash, and Team Heretics all ran away from B. God damn. Look what happened at the beginning of the round. I told Yoru and Sky to fake a B-long retake. When? Oh, here? Yeah. I mean, it definitely feels like there's people over towards B, for sure. But I can't believe... I mean, this is at 1 minute on the clock. And they come up 30 seconds later. They have Razalt to get into the site. They're just so scared of that flash from Magnum. Yeah. They are so convinced that you guys have rotated, too. God damn. God damn. Well, good read, Zaish. This time Shin gets out of the teleporter, so instead of playing in the TP and playing a crossfire with someone from hookah, this time they leave. I'm not huge on how passive these guys are playing after this set play. So when they teleport Omen into here, they use the paranoia like this, and they push down short, they're immediately dropping back into really passive A setups. At least it's not as passive as it was before, where Magnum fully rotated over to B and Narrate gave up the site. They've still got some ability to fight for backside control, and Martin can TP. So yeah, Martin does TP over, and then Magnum goes over to bench. So yeah, this looks a lot better than last time, actually. Ooh, and Magnum gets two people lined up. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, there's a timeout happening, and Mixwell's doing an interview. Okay, let's get back into the game. So all 5 ults available for Heretics. They didn't use any of them in the previous rifle round that they had. Oh, tragedy. Only Magnum over towards B. This would be a nice round to put a fake Yoru clone on B, actually. If you're going to do a 1-4 setup. Make it feel like there's somebody down long. And they double... Oh, what is that from Narrate? He's trying to get into the site without realizing that the entire thing is lost. Magnum must have told him that he's playing off-site, but Narrate just double blast packed through the teleporter, through hookah, trying to get into sight. God damn, this guy's aggressive. This looks really difficult unless they can get a bunch of spam kills off the back of the ultimate. That paranoia off the back of the Yoru ult, though, is sick. Oh, great work there as well. Fantastic info from Martin to get the kill onto the Viper. But then Martin comes out of his ultimate in Rian's face, and Rian kills both of them. This is still winnable, though, for Magnum. There's no way. Oh my god, what's going on here? What is going on with... Whoa! There's a lot of spaghetti happening over here. I don't think you should be cheering that hard, Heretics fans. That didn't look great. Oh my god. Martin's gonna op down B long. Everybody going for a short push here for Heretics. Narrate trying to get away, but gonna get caught by the judge. And Martin goes through the showers TP. Good break on the Sage wall there. I like that. This now makes the attackers' smokes work against them as well, because they're worried about getting pressured. Should be difficult for them to be able to get the plant down here, although the snakebite misses. The Brimble, in order to get the plant down, is an interesting idea. Good swing off the back of the Yoru flash too. They smoke the spike. One of them gets onto it. They're going to be holding for people, pushing through the Viper wall. Hold lamps. This all looks good from Karmine Corp. That looks good. That's one of the first retakes, actually, that looks good from Karmine Corp, though. I felt like a lot of the others looked a little sloppy, but there they got, like, a lot of pressure onto the person putting the plant down, which is great. Most of the time, they're playing pretty passively on A side. So the pressure on the planter was really nice. Then they managed to get a flash peek out as soon as the plant had gone down. Love that. And then they smoke. They've already taken all of the area over towards bench. They had a player in showers earlier on. I think if they can try and get into those situations more where they hold on to showers control, they'll find A, easier to defend rather than giving up the site and playing for backside control more. All in all, though, I think this has confirmed our suspicions that Karmine Corp are going to be one of the most fun teams to watch. They're super aggressive, super skilled, and inexperienced. And what that means is they're going to make a bunch of mistakes. They're going to make a bunch of really flashy plays. They're going to have a bunch of, like, hero play rounds that look phenomenal. And they're probably going to be punching decently. I think this team's got, reasonable potential to be, like, middle of the pack, trending upwards over time as their players get more experience. I'm looking forward to watching this team. They're one of the teams that I'm most excited about because I think they've taken a lot of risks with their roster building, but good risks. Last year could technically be called a risk with their roster building as well, but I think that was a bad risk. This year it's good risks being taken, I believe, in my opinion. And yes, of course, we're going to farm them again for clout. We're going to co-stream all of the Karmine Corp games and root for them this year. Oh shit, we're back into the other game as well. Perfectly timed.
Control of that map against Troopers. They were being aggressive, they were meticulous, and they were ready for pretty much anything on that map, right? So they're well adjusted, they're ready into this, and we're gonna have to find out what they
Did you see that Frost is the new T1 coach? No. New Talon coach, right? Not T1. T1 is Autumn.
I like it because it means that we've got...
All right, let's have a look then. So, we've got the mirror match, the standard compositions, but FUT tend to approach this map in slightly bizarre ways. Like, for example, early round Paranoia over towards A main that nobody else in the world does. A tiles push out through B, or not the push through mid. They just full push B main this round. That is a weird approach to the pistol round as well from Gen.G. Not trying to go for the shark attack tiles crunch where you dash down mid. Just trying to push 3 players out through B main. That doesn't look like a very good pistol round strat to me from Gen.G. I think it's possible that you might catch some people off guard if they're playing a little sloppy over towards tiles. But because you don't have any... You're not applying pressure from both sides. Bedge, Ascent. I think both of these teams will not be Bedge on Ascent. With how Texture and CNED have been playing, and with how FUT play in general, where they don't run meta tactics, I think this is not going to be a Bedge Ascent game. This is going to be a batshit crazy Ascent game. Okay, they push back the B main push. That's 2 rounds in a row that Gen.G have fought B main aggressive. Reaction comes through, even before the smoke. Still 20 seconds away from a recon dart. Lakia just decides to spam, ends up dying. I'd rather see Meteor go for something like that, so at least you have the recon dart to go for a flash recon retake. Maybe you're able to get something off the back of that.
Setting themselves up for a retake. It is just the pistols, of course.
Thoughts about no more Prime Gaming Flawless next year due to Amazon not renewing their sponsorship? Is that true? That's a tragedy.
Still a bit ambitious, but he still manages
Where's that from?
to wrangle the spray on towards Meteor. Again, damage the name of the game for Gen.G at the moment.
You got a source?
These guns, but unfortunately,
Riot made a post on Twitter.
coming away flawless.
That's Sag.
First round in the next can actually look pretty decent.
The money's gone.
And now CNET, I'm pretty sure he's feeling the heat to actually, do better times as well. Two aces from them from two different players.
Alright, so Mr. Fallen has picked up a judge on the attack side as a Sova.
Fallen on a Sova. I think you might want to
They throw a Paranoia to try to take A main, but CNED peeks before the Paranoia lands, so CNED ends up dying.
0 point out from Munchkin.
They find 3 players, break the recon. You can't hit here, FUT. They're just going to do it anyway. Fuck it. They say absolutely fuck it. You could reset here in the 3v3, but instead they jump through the smoke. So 2v2. FUT really determined to make this bonus round work over towards A.
Not having utility, but Lucky has his drone. Oh, with the turret spotting out some information as the plant goes down. They know there's a bit of vulnerability at the moment. Drone denied. Lucky with a shotgun. The only bit of utility.
Nice.
None of it matters when
I'm amazed that they managed to make that work, honestly. They got so many entry kills there. They had to entry like 3 different times. CNED dies, and then they're able to get a couple of kills as they commit to the site hit, even though they had a player disadvantage. They got a spam kill from Yedaj on a player that was just peeking on the other side of Dice, which I assume is just Yedaj lining that up. Pinging it out and lining it up or something? God damn.
do end up losing out on maybe 1 or 2 rounds here and there as Gen.G prepare for a bit of an uphill battle pretty early in this game. Yeah, see what damage
This is the tweet. All right, let me pull that onto another monitor for later. What the fuck? Oops.
from Gen.G.
What the hell?
Map pick of FUT. So you would expect that they're feeling confident coming in towards this one. A statement was made by Gen.G on a scent against Troopers.
Standing ahead.
Ah, wait. Wait, I don't understand. I don't understand this tweet, chat. Prime Gaming has decided not to renew our promotion, which means the last capsule drops will end in March 2024. Chat, I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? That's some promotional thing inside the game of Valorant, but I don't even know what that is. If you had a Prime account, could you get, like, skins inside the game? I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh. Okay. Didn't know that was a thing. So that means that they're not paying Riot. That's not an esports thing. That's Amazon will have been paying a bunch of different games companies to add rewards into their games. And now I guess they're not paying the games companies anymore. Alright, so Rifle's back online for Gen.G. In fact, also including Texture's Operator. They have a flash at the beginning of the round to try to set... I mean, not Meteor up. Meteor was just going to try and break the turret, but the turret isn't there. There's an alarm bot there. Krax is going to get stuck here. Whoa. They almost lined up. They knew that there was going to be an operator there, but they had to bail Krax out somehow. Yedaj, though, has his ultimate, so maybe that's the better player of the two to lose. I don't think Krax had his ult. Could be wrong.
Paranoia by out of captain to the tree position would absolutely upset what Gen.G have planned at the moment. Drone on out. That should be the go time for out of captain to be ripping a Paranoia in just a few seconds. But
whoa, Mr. Fallen's going to walk in and catch the timing on Munchkin. Wow. They didn't realize that Mr. Fallen was just going to contact in. Why is Fallen so far ahead of the rest of his team still, though? After you've already got the kill and got this into a 4v4, why would you now need to do that? God, this looks so messy from FUT. Once you have tree control... Oh my god. How, dude? Ada Captain did not look like his mouse was plugged in on map 1. How has he managed to pull that off? That's ridiculous. That's an insane round by Ada Captain. That was a terrible round by FUT overall, to be honest with you. I mean, as soon as the flash happens over towards B main, they know that the op is out there. They tried to deal with it. I guess that's not too bad from them overall, but they could have at least comboed it with a flash. But I mean, what the fuck is Ada Captain up to?
The crowd getting riled up here. Of course, Global Esports would love to watch their X in this round, and I am seeing the filthy gun rear its head again. It's Lakia. That's going to be over at the B site, so we'll keep an eye out for any cheeky wallbangs.
Is it even possible for Global to make the finals of this tournament? I don't think it is, right?
Yeah, Mr. Fallon's going to look up towards that same position, making sure that maybe somebody else, peeks out on the back of it and he has a chance to get a trade back. But no,
They lost a game already? I mean, you can still qual if all the teams went 1-1. I just can't remember what the score is for them. Did they already go 0? Dude, I can't remember. Ah, Vitality's 2-0. Right. Yeah, of course. Right, so now they're getting value out of Yeta J's ultimate. But that's in a 3v5. Oh, the Soverall's so nice. They haven't cleared hell. Yeta J kills one, and Mr. Fallen gets... I mean, Mr. Fallen's managed to get this down into a 1v2. Oof. FUT look like they've got some ideas that are really nice. Like, for example, anticipating that there would be a player over towards that area and comboing their ults together. Because the lockdown leaves that little corner open, and then Sover ulting that corner is really cool. But the fact that you are pulling that out in a 3v5 because your, like, general ideas like this are so dodgy just ends up taking all of the wind out of the good ideas because they just get kind of mixed in with a bag of some of the bad ideas too. So Mr. Fallen doesn't even have a rifle here, even though CNED could drop him. I mean, maybe CNED wants to save for the operator or something, but they could have bought Mr. Fallen something slightly better, I think, than a Sheriff. Wow, Ada Captain is going to Omen ult into B. They're going to realize that soon because they have all the rest of the map control. Unless, of course, Ada Captain cancelled it somewhere. They're going to smoke for A. I think the smoke even more sells some kind of A hit. Texture, Ada Captain. Oh, Ada Captain's just given away. Oh my god, Texture nearly gave him a haircut. Cast a brain.
Can they isolate him and get that kill because they need it desperately, but Ada Captain's ready for it, and now Texture has been left in the dark. Couldn't push out through.
If you're going to go for something like that, you need a flash to push through the smoke, right? You need to wait for Munchkin to rotate over and flash you through the smoke. I don't think you can just try to take a timing like that. Because what's Texture going to do? Trade you through the smoke with an operator. Either Meteor wins that and he looks like a legend, or, like, I don't know, 80% of the time he loses it and he makes it so much more difficult for his team to win. Mr. Fallen does go 1-1, but while lurking with a Sheriff. Uh-oh, it's only cracks in backside though now. Lakia could still win this, but it's pretty difficult. Yeah, no time. He's going to try and save. What a sick round from FUT. All of their ults have been used really nicely on the attack side. I'm recognizing some of these people because I've met the ownership of Global Esports before. but I don't recognize everybody that they're showing on screen. But I assume that it's notable, the people that they're showing. I don't think they're just random fans. Just hanging out, discussing business.
This time, though, not too deep. It will bring out a drone, though, so a crucial piece of information ability for FUT no longer available.
Yeah, the spike is still towards spawn, so I'm pretty sure that FUT are going to take this as slow as possible. They're looking for these peaks. They want these pistol wielders to be taken out of their maybe aggressive positions. That's why FUT are playing on such passive angles right now. Meteor, oh, okay. Takes out the turret. That's actually pretty good. They are allowed to now maybe go in towards mid without any sort of
Ada Captain using a smoke for A control is quite bizarre, because it also means that his players in mid don't have smokes to work with. And now Ada Captain's trying to wait so that he has 2 smokes to hit B. They find 3 players from FUT. This is going to be a little difficult for them to get through. Wow, no one called by the recon because CNED smoked it. Alright, here comes the exec. There's a lot of people here. Oh, they're full blinded. Oh, GenG just went to give Meteor a hug. Just full blind, both of them, just hugging in a corner over by logs. 2v4. Not really possible. Drop the spike over to Mr. Fallen so he has this overult. So now, what kind of round can FUT cook up with... What a cool double face. What kind of round can they cook up with the Soveralt here? I like Soveralting on an A split. I think that works really nicely. One of the reasons why I like Soveralting A splits is because you can still get value out of your recon dart and then ult. Whereas recon darting into A and then ulting A on like a big A hit doesn't seem as useful. I don't know. I don't know if they can really cook up around. They might just play something standard and save this overall for another time. They're using the Paranoia at the very start of the round. Wow, they're just going to Paranoia and Soveralt. And they almost caught Munchkin as well. Karen getting spammed a little. Ada Captain's playing this area so aggressively. But I think it's punishable. I think the Paranoia is a bit slow there in B main, isn't it? In A main, isn't it? Anyway, Munchkin manages to pick up Ada Captain, re-clearing A main. Again, Ada Captain's, I think, in too aggressive of a position. And Meteor just dead zones GenG and fucking owns him. Mr. Farland's playing solo in so many of these spots, like playing almost a lurking Sova role, which is just bonkers. And now Krax is alone in a 1v4 and almost got knife killed. What the hell? Why didn't you give Karen the knife kill?
Should have been helping your teammate out there. The knife almost coming in there. Munchkin not happy with that, but he's going to be happy at least that they secured around there.
Yeah, I don't know. Looking bizarre the way that FUT approached this map. But they got the pistol round, they got the bonus round, they got that crazy round from Ada Captain as well. So they've been able to get some rounds. Why is the score so fucked up? Am I going mad or is the score wrong? Didn't we just go from 5-3 to 6-3 after GenG won the round, or am I losing my mind? I think I might be going crazy, chat. Was the score 6-2 before this then? I thought it was 5-3. Yeah, I might be losing it.
Does have a recon to maybe clear a angle, but he does spot Karen. That's a shock dart that could damage him up. Up a little bit now. There's gonna be
Choke dart.
Just a touch. Munchkin.
These rounds are really horrible by FUT, by the way. They're up 6-3, about to be 6-4. in theory, they've put together a really successful Ascent attack side, but some of these rounds have been absolutely horrible and just bailed out by individual brilliance. Please don't do it again. I can't handle it. Please don't give me another Adder Captain. No, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I can't believe how bad these rounds are, and yet FUT is still winning them. I can't do it. Okay, the round is lost. Holy Jesus. Good lord. Good lord. Adder Captain's going crazy on this map. But yeah, these ideas are... Hey Sancho, do you have any tips to improve game sense? Yeah, you could VOD review your own ranked games, or you could watch pro games and try to think about why they're doing certain things. Like, if they use any piece of utility, try to ask yourself, why are they doing that? But yeah, also playing the game and thinking about what you're doing is also going to help. Look at the minimap more? Probably. If you're a beginning player, probably. Oh my god, why am I not on the live? When did I go back? Ah, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, FUT's economy is screwed, but they'll probably win this round anyway. They love this recon dart. Mr. Fallen has a lineup recon dart that lands like this. They recon from A main into catwalk. I've never seen any team do that apart from FUT. It's such a bizarre setup. They used to do it all the time in earlier this year. Dude, Sideshow the ranked player was tearing it up this year. Unfortunately, Sideshow the ranked player lost a lot of games yesterday. And so you've all lost faith in me. But Sideshow the ranked player was owning. Just not recently. Sideshow the ranked player, Beth. No! It's not Beth. I deserve my rank. Well, actually, that's debatable, but I earned my rank. That's a fact. Alright, Cena going for the updraft dash engage into backside. It's so difficult pushing. Texture just got a 2K with a shorty running through the smoke. Texture literally just ran through the smoke into B and got a 2K with a shorty. They're not going to show a replay, are they? God, that's funny. It's so difficult pushing a player with an Odin in backside. This is tier 1 Valorant. No, the plant is not going to go down. There wasn't enough time. The casters are confused there, but what happened was Texture did not see the player that was behind him. And then YettaJ got the kill, but there was still... I think Meteor left alive, and the time just ran out. Didn't even knife him? Yeah, true, actually. If you've got somebody in that kind of situation, just give him the knife, huh? Can't win the round anyway. Alright, so FUT have a massive ult to work with here. 2 massive ults, in fact. The KO and Killjoy ult to try and win this round. And get an incredibly good attack side, at least by the numbers, even though they've been playing like poo. Hi. Okay. A little jump here and there to give himself a highlight reel. I mean, it's stacked in the ultimates again from FUT, right? Yeah. YettaJ with the lockdown, you can pick your answer back with the lockdown as well. So what? Yeah, I'm gonna ignore you. You're poking your head through the crack in the door, going. What do you want? What kind of reaction are you looking for? Just attention in general. I'll come and give you some attention in a moment once this round's over. Okay. I've got to go back and look at this round a bit more. Beth was distracting me. Okay, so they knife down towards market. They're trying to set up CNED onto a decent angle in the first like 40 seconds of the round, but they're going to have to go into an exec with these ults at some point. They've got a really deep smoke, which makes it a bit more dangerous for GenG to cross. But they send the ult. Are they going to save GenG's ult to try and counter lockdown, perhaps? They might be able to res cracks there. That's not that disastrous. They need somebody to hold onto tree. Oh my god, that flash was the easiest thing to dodge in the world, and they just ate it. Any attacking lockdown? No, GenG was not in position to do it. How did they not kill cracks? Where is GenG going, bro? There's only 30 seconds. Mr. Fallen has to run as fast as he can. Right. GenG fighting. CNED gets a kill. Munchkin gets a timing on GenG, and now Munchkin has to get the kill on the lockdown. I mean, this is so chaotic. I can't believe that FUT have got 6 rounds in this half. I really can't believe that FUT got 6 rounds in this half. Alright, I've got to go and pay some attention to my wife. I'll be back.
The minute Texture actually found his footing on that operator, he started getting pick snaps back and forth. CNED being completely eliminated every single round, finding himself in these obscure positions where he's got nobody to support him, no utility as well, and he's taking these fights even when he knows he's constantly lost them. Has been so troublesome because they're going into these sites without their spearhead actually helping them out, and somebody or the other has to step up, and most of the times it's been at a captain actually, who's actually got multi-kill rounds on he's the only one who's got it to his name.
Yeah, I mean, we'd definitely love to see that you've had a pretty underwhelming performance so far. You're coming into what could be the last map, and you've just been awakened, right? A beast has taken over you to get back into this, but I'll bring it back to what we saw previously. GenG True Rippers, it was 10-2 at the half. GenG defensive side was so strong. This time they've been reined back a little bit, so now they have more to do on the attack.
Absolutely they do. And there's the crowd, of course, supporting GenG. Everybody's loving Texture's shenanigans right now. But do not just yet celebrate. It's not yet over, ladies and gentlemen. FUT are looking to come back into this with a little bit of V-aggression. CNED, once again, the knife out! And Texture, who else but him to strike first blood?
Yeah, CNED is just absolutely having a hard time to find these opening kills, isn't he?
Yeah, good shock dart there. Lakia does take up quite the chunk of damage, and he wants to give it back. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take it.
That's all right.
25-55, not too bad, but he needs that kill, of course. Both the Sovas have been softened up. No pushes from FUT from the A side yet, even though so much has been shown by GenG. But they're being a little bit meticulous about this.
Yeah, they're playing the 2-2 split. Mid's completely off guard. No alarm bot there either, so it's false information. So they have to wait to see what GenG are going to do reactively. Now the reveal on towards the site comes on through. Rotations have to come from FUT.
But the waterfall comes in.
Yeah, but all on the site, out of bullets, need a reload. Cracks, good for one, needs a double. Teammates are starting to arrive from CT as well, but Cracks is holding it down at the back of the boathouse, just sailing around, finds his third, and it's all on the Munchkin now. I don't think they exactly know where he is. GenG though, he has tucked, so maybe he has the sixth sense that Munchkin comes down the stairs. Now he's been spotted to try and dodge out. GenG Cracks, just swings, hits him in the face, and finds the 4K.
Oh man, what a time to step up. Cracks, the clutch master. A 4K sitting in the back of B site, delivers quite the round for his team when they most needed it. That pistol was a must-win after losing CNED especially. It seemed like GenG would have actually gone into that B side with quite the power, but they were isolated one after the other. I'm not quite sure why they didn't flood the back of site and take him out, especially in the last one. I think Meteor was taking the fight, and Cracks was actually on the reload, but Meteor was still a little, worried about taking the fight against him.
Oh, just not pushing the back of the site. It's a mishap. Little do they know, no solid information if there is a second player back there, if it's a third even, after overwhelming the site. At that point, there was no big reveals onto it as well, but it is pistols in this round for GenG. A bit of damage already delivered onto Outer Captain.
Yeah. Oh, Meteor short. He wants to give a little bit of his own damage to CNET, it seems, and now he's being pushed. Mr. Fallon needs to be careful. J, he's got the map on the other side.
Okay.
He might just get a free kill on towards
My marriage has been restored. You know, like when you play The Sims and you have an interaction and it's like +1. That's what I just did. You missed a cracks round? Okay, let's go back and watch it. Fuck it. You guys have all just watched that already, but I'm gonna. All right, so they lost. Well, they lost CNET at the very beginning of the round. Gen.G started to come through B main. Coming into B. Cracks gets suppressed. Then he gets recon darted as well. They buy time for the suppression to come off. Oh my god, how does he hit that double headshot in the air? God damn. The recon dart's great for Cracks to get his flashback, and then Cracks flashes, and then there's also a paranoia thrown in there as well. Dude, Cracks aim. The Cracks aim. Alright, so we were watching round 14. Gen.G getting massacred. Okay. And here we go, into the bonus round for FUT. CNET's gonna try and push out again. God damn. They're gonna drone out. This is a really weird thing to do again. Normally you would see this over towards B main. Because B main's got better angles to play aggressively. Here, Lakia just drones, and CNET's pushed all the way back. They didn't even break the drone, so now they know that wine is clear. Yedajay gets caught. Good paranoia to try and bail Yedajay out. But they've pulled a lot of defensive utility out of FUT already. The drone's gone. The paranoia's gone. If they break this alarm bot and then go into a sight hit, seems like this would be pretty successful. They know the Sova's catwalk. Break door. Alright, they still have dash as well. Texture dashes in without a smoke. Alright. 30 seconds, so there's not enough time to cancel this. They just have to commit. And it allows Adacaptain to anchor. He might have time to throw a smoke here, but I don't think he feels comfortable to. Good dash and attempt to reclear this from Cracks and CNET. CNET might still be able to win this. Both of these players are one-shot. Only 6 bullets. Nice. Yeah, they're just so weak. Nicely done. I like the way that CNET played that, actually. I was worried that he was going to overface into Gelato at the beginning of the round, but the dash back into sight was quite nice to be able to pick up the player in backside. And then he played the 1v2 very nicely. Yeah, it does feel a little... Well, Karen was playing really well map 1 as well, but yeah, Texture was killing 5. Texture was absolutely dominating map 1.
You get a standard smoke down over towards CT. You kind of want a paranoia at that point in time. You want some sort of upset. You could use your shock darts. You could use your fragment. There's no chance of an Odin to get spamming in right now either. But
tactical timeout for Gen.G. I need to get some water at some point as well. I'm dehydrating fast. I'm not used to being up at this time in the morning. Realist Milkman, thank you for the 3 months.
Hello, Mr. Egg. How do you feel the teams are doing?
I don't think either of these teams are playing very well. I think this is a pretty low quality match with some decent players. Like, the player quality is quite good. You've seen some outrageous rounds from Texture, CNED, Cracks, Adacaptain, right? Like, there are pop-off players in this match. But the overall quality of the teams and how they're playing at the moment does not seem to be particularly great. We've seen a lot of bizarre rounds.
Does not follow it up.
But they're in.
I like that round. That's... Oh, the flash through. Footer trying to flood defend, which is always a little dangerous when you're playing against an eco, because you end up playing in close range fights where the stingers and specters and stuff can be really valuable. The spike is dropped down lane here. Adicaptain's already used his paranoia. GenG might be able to pick up Meteor here. Playing logs is really difficult. Either you find a timing on somebody and you're in a great spot, or you get timinged and you're fucked. Does GenG clear this? Yes, but Meteor manages to get the kill. 1v1, Munchkin, 2 shots to kill him. Oh, yeah. Great read by Adicaptain that was happening. I think that's just because one of the players is logs. He expects the other player to be aggressive trying to swing off him. Tier 1 teams, but not Tier 1 gameplay. Yeah, it feels like it at the moment. I had more faith in FUT than this, but even when they're winning, it doesn't look good. Thanks to the 51 months, Mac and Dam. Beth was wondering the same thing. She was like, why the hell are you up at 7 a.m.? Bear in mind, normally I wake up at like 11 a.m. at the earliest. I wanted to watch this match, though. I thought this match could have been a really good one. I'm actually a little disappointed. It's been entertaining. There's been a lot of entertaining moments, some big rounds, flashy moments, but the overall quality seems low, seems messy. A lot of bad ideas from both of these teams too. FUT always have strange ideas, but sometimes the strange ideas end up being executed really nicely. Whereas on their attack side here, I was not impressed, even though they got 6 rounds. Texture getting picked just by, you know, Mr. Fallen trying to take a timing on spamming people. And that's still some decent information off the back of the recon as well. It doesn't need to drone instantly here. It's a minute on the clock. He's used all of his info tools. They don't have an alarm bot in mid. They do have a turret, though. They're just keeping them back from the turret. And Mr. Fallen just gets another spam kill. Like, dude, what are Gen.G supposed to do about this? Nothing to be done. Nothing to be done. I think FUT were playing better earlier on in the off-season, Ashiki. And I think FUT have been practicing quite a lot throughout the off-season. Because when they first added CNED, they were playing quite a few tournaments. They played in 10 and they played in... No, they didn't play in 10, sorry. They played in the Red Bull home ground, didn't they? That's what it was. They played the EMEA qualifiers for Red Bull home ground, and then they played in the main event. Yeah, they might have taken breaks between events, but that wasn't that long. I mean, if you know that you have an event coming up, though, you're not going to take complete break from scrimming entirely. They'll still have been pracking. Right. Can you add this? Probably not. Let's have a look. What are you getting me here? Furious timeout. When would you use this? When would you use this?
And that a captain, he loves using that Omen ultimate towards that back of B side, but I'm pretty sure that this time he's gonna try and maybe get it for information.
So this time it feels pretty similar, like Mr. Fallen would be contesting, but it's actually the Jet op. And CNED being able to pull out the knife and get out there before the second player swings. Just barely gets out, avoiding being traded. Adicaptain contests Lakia, who's trying to abuse the one-way setup by getting on top of it. And Adicaptain now just gobbles up all of that space. Both of these teams playing their A main players aggressively enough to get punished. And then losing massive amounts of map control on their attack side because of it. Adicaptain got punished by trying to play A main solo too aggressively. And Lakia has just done the same. I didn't see the Sentinels comms video yet. We could watch it in the break between the matches today. Well, and then CNED shoots immediately afterwards just to give away that he's still logs.
30 seconds left.
It seems like True Rippers were pretty good on Haven, actually, but no. Gen.G played a lot better than they did last time. Jafrog. Gen.G played quite a bit better than they did last time. They still have really horrible defensive setups, but Karen played really well and Texture was popping off. So on an individual level, those two stepped up to make a big difference. And FUT just... FUT had many problems on their attack side of Haven. They kept getting funneled into B because they didn't take any map control over towards A or Garage at the start of the rounds. And then towards the latter half, it was 3-3, and then they lost 6 rounds in a row, 2 of which had Mr. Fallen dying early on rifle rounds. So, yeah, they lost their Breach, who's the big map control player for them. And then it all just went south. They just ended up getting stuck in so many B post plants, and their B post plants looked bad. It was not a good performance. All right, so Krax has managed to get a flank play here, and Gen.G just tried to shove it into B. CNED's just looking for picks all over as the rest of his team takes B main control. I don't think Munchkin's going to have a chance of winning the 1v4. Right. We're going to the third map. What is the third map, actually? Let's have a look. The third map is Lotus. Okay. Well, that might be interesting. I can't remember what these teams play on Lotus. Let's have a look. When have we seen Gen.G last? Oh, we saw Gen.G play against True Rippers on Lotus. It looked horrible for Gen.G, didn't it? Oh, yeah. But also True Rippers... Was this the one where True Rippers didn't look that great either? I can't even remember. I can't remember what I said about this map. I can't remember this map. I did a VOD review of it, and I said that I remember saying Gen.G played horribly. But I can't remember why. I can't remember what was so bad about how Gen.G were playing it. But I remember saying that it was bad. Yeah, it was the game where Aryu popped off. I can't remember what Gen.G were doing so badly, though.
Yeah, and also at a captain, we cannot forget him. His impact has been absolutely massive. Rounds where they've been down by at least 3 members, and he's just got one player to support him.
I can't remember. Can't remember. Anyway, when was the last time we saw FUT playing Lotus? Because they used to have Kiwi play Neon on this map, and I think we saw CNED play Raze on it one time in the off-season. Yeah, so they've only played it one time against Cloud9, and they had CNED on Raze. Oh, they played Sova Cypher. Dude, I watched this game, but again, I can't remember enough about it. Can't remember. This one might be a bonkers game of Lotus. Might be a bizarre game of Lotus. Yeah. They had cracks. They had cracks playing Cypher, and in this tournament as well, cracks also played some Sky, I believe, too. Where is he? Where is cracks? Oh, it doesn't say, but yeah. Look, Cracks played 5 agents in this tournament. Wait, no, Cracks didn't play Raze. When did Cracks play Raze? He played a map of Raze. Oh, that must have been in the open qualifiers or something. Right, Red Bull home ground. Not the Not the qualifiers. Okay, where's Cracks now? Yeah, he played... Yeah. These... So the +1 here is the Cypher. So he played KO, he played Sky, he played Sage, and he played Cypher. So normally you don't really see Cracks on Sky or Cypher, but yeah. I can't even remember what map he played the Sky on. For some reason I feel like it was Haven. But that might be wrong. Where was it? No, it's not that Haven. Ah, there it is. It was on Split. Previously, they used to run Mr. Fallen on Omen on this map. Sorry, they used to run Mr. Fallen on Sky on this map, I think, back when they used to play Double Initiator Solo Smokes. But now they've swapped. But when the time before this, when they played Split, they didn't run Crack Sky, I don't think. It's a weird team to follow, FUT. A weird team to follow. Yeah, see, when they were playing it before with Solo Smokes and Double Initiator, and then they moved in the Red Bull Homeground event to playing against DRX with Cracks on Sky. Now, why Cracks doesn't play more Sky if he was happy to play it once, I don't know why. I don't know. Did he look alright in it? I don't think it was enough to judge. I don't think one map ever is enough to judge whether someone's good on Sky. Especially on Split, because I think Split is much more about being super supportive, which isn't really how you would expect Cracks to be playing a Sky. Yeah, let's watch the Sentinels video. We've got some time. Where is this? Am I subscribed to Sentinels on YouTube? Probably not. How it sounds to become champions.
Are you gonna fist bump me or are you gonna leave me fucking hanging?
My bad, dude.
Alright, thank you. Thank you. Wait, it's doing the thing! Zach!
What?
Camera.
Switch.
Yeah.
Else is through the wall. Yeah, I mean, it's got him through the smoke and the box right
Oh,
there.
this was
as well.
DRX Sen.
Yo, you wanna fight flank?
Flank.
I'll get it flash. I'll get it flash it. Fall?
I think it's 4 boys.
Flash. Pop.
Take the box.
Take one.
Yeah, box.
Nice. Zach, backside. Can we fight backside? Yep.
2 flank.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, one.
Behind the wall, behind the wall, behind the wall.
They might be short with John or something.
I'm
On the
gonna
box, guys. One more.
Push him once. Push him once.
I'm playing bomb. Two, both. I'm gonna move.
They have a cage.
Cypher is.
Cage.
Ping it.
Hold on.
Off.
It's tapped.
Good comms in that round. I like that. That was also really proactive from Tens, calling his flash out and deciding to fight flank there too. Sassy got caught by the timing, but it seemed like Tens had a good idea of what they wanted to do on the flank side. He also called to fight back site, and John Cutie just decided to take a timing silently through the smoke, and it was actually John's play that ended up winning the round.
Nice shot. Holy shit.
John popped off that round.
I mean, there's just not enough money either for DRX anymore.
Sorry, one.
I think bomb.
When do you have flash?
I flash.
Flash on tap. Okay, yeah, you go first.
Pass into the subscribers.
Got him.
I can play next. I'll play next.
Pop. Yeah.
Right. He's running.
Save me.
What a weird comms round to add in.
He ran already, yeah.
What the fuck?
Don't die. Don't die to him, okay?
Yeah.
Fucking round, boys.
Jordan.
Boys, dude, boys!
You're good, Zach, don't worry.
Okay, that's why they added it into the comms, because Celsius died to Spike.
You're going, look at me!
I'm covered.
This is that much more difficult for the Sentinels, Will. This is going to be really, really tricky to get into these backlines.
I'm leaving.
Oh, this is where Tens followed up on the flash. This was a nasty round from Tens.
One you.
It was outside already. Nice. Nice.
Wait, Tyson. Wait.
Jordan, just stay there.
He's left side box.
Nice.
Wait, Tyson. Wait.
Jordan, just stay there.
Left side box right here.
Sorry, that's just so funny that the entirety of his team are screaming, wait, Tyson, don't die, and Tens just swings into stacks and dies. That's just so funny.
Anti-flash.
Yeah. Time.
It doesn't really matter because the rest of his team had actually gotten great positions to be able to cover short from the other side anyway. But that's just very funny.
Good comms, boys.
Flash, nice.
In from the attacking team. RB stuck. The flash trying to open up some margin.
Ready? I'm gonna go up.
Yeah, I'm on your chart.
Flashing. I still have hook up,
I'm on default.
He's burned.
This was the final round of the map as well, yeah.
TP.
Party.
My go. I will.
Item for 74.
He dropped. I'm just
He's quite literally one.
Wait. I'm running. Go left.
Outside.
I thought Stacks had a chance of winning that one as well, but they dodged that flash really nicely.
That dodges?
Yeah.
I'm on crack.
That's funny because that's exactly the thing I thought when I was watching that. I was like, holy shit, how did he dodge that so quickly? Stacks flash there looks lovely.
Let's go, baby. Good shit, boys. What am I playing?
Viper.
Shit. Oh, the shit.
Jordan doesn't actually scrim with us. He just shows up to matches and goes, what am I playing?
Yeah. Dude, that should be like a series. We should get that in all the comms. Guys, what am I playing?
DRX.
I mean, guys, what am I playing? Viper? I thought we were about to go into a Haven VOD. I feel like his Viper was pretty good on Split.
Still just
But it did look like he hadn't scrimmed on Haven.
Should we go forward, Sassy?
We can put this.
I don't think that rumor has anything behind it, Salvatore.
No one.
That flash, Tyson.
We can nade that guy. He might TP though.
Close, Tyson.
Come be with me. Come.
One B, man. I'm gonna nade backside.
Go.
Go in mail, guys.
Pillar.
Maybe mail on
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep.
Let's
fucking go, Tyson.
go.
Oh my god, the kids.
Kobe?
Good job.
Shaq and Kobe.
Oh my god, the kids.
The kids. Let's go, baby.
Say no words, win 2B something.
Good job, baby. Good job. Let's go. Let's run this half. 10-2.
Two members of DRX watching Heaven. Looking to pinch.
One man.
Come with me. Come.
I'm just waiting, go. I can cage the bomb.
I think they're all three. Can you cage? Get on it, John.
Just tap.
I'm defusing.
Low.
Where is he? Evan?
Evan. 94.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice round as well, but that was also another situation where I felt like Stacks could have done more when I was doing the VOD review of that.
A bit easier. Sentinel says, well, this is definitely not.
We can win the fight, let's go.
They might be double side.
He just caged again, yeah. I think it's a double side.
Double side.
God, this is where Stacks hid underneath again.
One more side.
Flower.
Got him.
Good check from Zelsis as he was dropping.
Yeah, plan side.
Come spawn with me, come spawn.
My name me.
Two heaven.
One spawn.
Two heaven.
Wait 1 second.
Out heaven.
Spawn on heaven.
We're having.
Peeking.
Go. Wait.
Wait,
I'm real low.
Play together.
It's a good shit.
Looking to maybe go even deeper. The cyber cage not coming back up yet. He hasn't made noise.
He's default.
Smoke heaven. Smoke it.
There's a trip on the right.
I have a time in heaven, I think.
Wait, guys.
I'm re-smoking heaven.
With you.
Two heaven.
Okay, well done.
Yeah, that was the round. This one was the round where I really liked what Tens was doing on the entry, but I felt like his team needed to wait for the smoke to pop in heaven before they tried to swing in, because otherwise they're just swinging like into a potential firing line. But I think Tens with the TP in here and then the paranoia is a great way of being able to entry. Look what he does here. It just puts so much pressure on RB.
There's a trip on the right.
I have a time in heaven, I think.
Wait, guys.
I'm re-smoking.
Yeah, John Cutie calls that he has a timing heaven. It's just, yeah. Zek and Sassy are out. It feels like they don't really understand that Tens doesn't have this smoked.
With you.
Two heaven.
Okay, well done. Okay, Bob. Drop tail.
But also John ended up dying in mid when he thought he had the timing, so.
I went back.
He went back.
No ties to drop it.
I got bomb.
Okay, no dog. He has a name.
I'm kind of planning to open.
They're gonna flash that.
I'm gonna open, get my herb. Nice.
Come in out, more.
Drop in.
Maybe flank.
Flank. It's better for you, heaven.
Dude, he popped off in this round though, actually, Tens.
Finger for you, okay? Tap.
Yeah, that was a sick final round. Have they combined? Oh, they've done tons of them. This is a 24-minute video. Holy fuck. Why didn't they chop this up into pieces? Could have got more advertising revenue from it. But, I mean, that's kind of sick that they've just put it all together. That's pretty good. Right, wait. What's the... Are we about to go into the next game? I don't know. I'm going to put this up in a different tab, though, so that we can just get back to it quickly.
Doubters be gone. Sentinels will be the first team to secure their spot in the semifinals of the AVL.
Yeah, that one was a pretty damn good game from Sen.
You're right. They'll probably need the trips, right?
Damn. They might. Oh, you blink, pussy.
Fuck 'em. I mean, they're not gonna need him because it means not gonna put him there.
Right.
Dude, trying to focus.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Okay,
that.
see, Kaplan.
Sorry that I have to pee.
Love you.
Pistol, gotta pee.
Love you.
Gotta pee. Have fun, love you all, bye.
Back out from Ali as well as Sentinel.
Wait, which round is this? Round 10. I don't recognize it just yet.
They've got a couple layers.
Oh, yeah, I do. This is where Yampi pop flashed out and Tens managed to... no. Yampi pop flashed out and manages to kill one, but they still get the trades on site.
They wait for the smoke, man, I think.
Coming out.
Steven? He's up, he's up.
55, 55.
That's dead. Raptor. I'm dropping off the spawn, maybe
time.
Yeah, Zekken had a huge round.
Let's go. Gun, I did a gun.
Hell.
Let's go, boys. Good job. Let's get these last two.
Unfortunately, they're cutting out some of the most interesting periods of the comms.
Back on the field on the Omens.
But it's still fairly interesting to listen to.
That's it. Yeah. That one? Maybe one more. Someone's watching flank for sure. Yeah, can I flash you?
Oh, this round was actually sick. Yeah. This round, Sassy just distracts the shit out of Yampi after killing Nats. This one was nasty. I want to hear the comms on this one.
I'll push spawn, I'll push spawn.
Yeah, go. Yeah, can I flash you?
Jordan, I can push spawn, I'll push spawn, I'll push spawn.
Yeah, go. One B main. Take your time. Yeah. I'm kind of prodding out default. Yeah, you guys gotta go. You make noise, Tyson? You come out? He can flash backside for you. Yeah, flash. Backside. I got one maybe. Fucking go, boys.
Right
Yeah, that was really nicely coordinated.
For the entries.
Saucy this timing.
Or wrap it up too. Can you flash for me? Stand the smoke.
Oh, I smoked for you. I saw.
Give.
It could be ropes.
We can play him. Up.
They're flanking you, Sassy.
God, Sassy just getting waterfalled on.
I'm running this
We get ready to flash.
He's up. Ropes, he is. I'm left. Oh, let's go.
Is that John Cutie saying I'm running at this dog?
Yeah.
Unless Team Liquid throws.
Wait, what was that?
I think they're just gonna try to rocket Saucy dogging.
Yeah.
Unless Team Liquid throws every piece of utility and ultimate they have.
Alright, so the read is
They just orbed.
the Keiko's gonna try to, yeah, raise out onto them.
Well done.
One down. 5v4.
One elbow.
Sassy has a play.
I don't understand why Mystic didn't smoke spawn on this round. But he only had one smoke. Oh, because it... Wait, where's the other smoke from Mystic?
Liquid throws every piece of...
Oh, Mystic threw a smoke male. That's why he didn't have a smoke for screens. That's really weird.
Well done.
One down. 5v4.
One elbow.
Sassy has a play.
But I think they sent Yampi with a flash. So I think they flash smoke mid to make it feel like it's mid. And then they explode A. But that means that they don't have the smoke for screens.
I'll go straight. You guys can go triple ramp. I'll go straight. Nice.
And then John was just able to get that trade.
Oh, he's on top of the wall. Okay.
The game's happening? Alright.
You can jump on. Slow from side. We can take our time. Yeah. Raptor? Yeah. It's behind the open. I'm mine down. Let's go now. We're slowed. Alright. Go. I got inside.
That's a big kill from Sassy.
Go, boys.
Yeah. Plenty of good rounds in there. Alright. We have missed the pistol round again. I don't know. You guys are so bad at telling me when the pistol round's beginning. Terrible viewers. Terrible viewers. All right, let's have a look at this then. It's FUT playing against Gen.G on Lotus. Gen.G looked pretty horrible last time I watched them play this. And FUT are playing... Okay. Something pretty similar to the last time that they played. CNED's playing Raze. Krax is on the KO. CNED could try to nade the corner. Yeah, and they're going to try and punish Karen. Karen doesn't know... Well, Omens don't normally buy teleport on the pistol round. So Karen can't really escape from that. GenG has already used his paranoia. So this is going to be a little bit difficult until Krax gets into this spot. Now they've got a nice crossfire setup. Krax. Krax ends up missing. I would have assumed that Krax would swing there aggressively and try to kill them, but he backed off. I think it's better for Krax to swing aggressively there and allow GenG to kind of pick up the pressure. Now also, why is GenG not on Killjoy with Mr. Fallen playing Smokes? Fallen has played Smokes before for this team, hasn't he? Yeah, he has. He played it on Split recently. That's weird. That is strange.
And immediately we're seeing a change for Gen.G. Feeling pressure over at C-Mount, changing it over to Rubble this time. 2 players on the side of FUT. They're going to be battled against right now on the side of Delph.
Oh god. Texture's farming. From FUT's POV now, you need to not die to Texture. You can't allow him to get his Raze ult online for next round. And if anybody else dies to Texture, he's going to be able to farm ult orbs and get his ult up. So this is something FUT have got to consciously think about. It's better to die to Spike here than feed to Texture. Okay, Texture dies anyway. In theory, Texture could still get his ult online by picking up all 3 of the ult orbs, but that's less likely. Especially when FUT have rifles to be able to fight over where they're going to be. Yeah, that is very strange that Fallen is not playing Smokes here. It's unusual. So we've got a different Viper setup from Ada Captain. He's got a deep wall. So instead of fighting to control Tree, they've got the wall to try to control Rubble. But it also doesn't seem to synergize very well because a lot of your setups are going to want to play in front of Rubble or in front of the Viper wall. However, maybe this wall helps because if, for example, if GenG gets on top of Rubble here, this wall allows people to like cross up behind. So you're going to want to play this jiggle corner anyway. So maybe once you get contact here, you just wall. People have been using the old B wall, this one, forever. So I think it's certainly possible that there are better defensive walls. This one looks all right. But it does mean that Tree seems a little more vulnerable. GenG has a one-way for this, but no paranoia. Oh, and then GenG dies, so now there's going to be no more one-way. CNED just needs to fight this. Oh, and he gets a free kill on Karen, who teleported into the site. Don't know why Karen did that. That's not optimal. But the players have still been overwhelmed, partly because GenG went down without being able to find a kill at the beginning. So the trades are always favoring GenG. That's big, but that was the weak player, so now he's still got to deal with a 125 Meteor. Oh! Ada Captain! Where was this in map 1? If Ada Captain was playing like this in map 1, FUT would have won. Well, I don't want to say FUT would have won. actually. That is a bit of cope, considering they lost 13-4. That's enormous amounts of cope, actually, because there was definitely more happening than just had a captain playing badly. But it would have been closer. Stop calling him Karen. How do you pronounce it? Caron?
Straight on in from Texture, immediately out of Captain, starts to follow back the gun barrel. Doesn't even matter, Karen's here to find that one. Showstopper misses for sure, but you can look for a plan. Still trying to find some strays here.
So FUT are really struggling to hold on to the A site. They might need to swap Mr. Fallen over here. Although they had the turret B at the start of this round, didn't they? CNED, he's off. That's very bold to assume that that would get a kill, but it does. I mean, this is just a spam fest. There's nothing to comment about there. Everybody on Gen.G that was playing in aggressive post-spam positions got killed, and so they were all just in a spam spot for the spike, and then it's just, do they manage to spam properly? Who wins the spam battle? His name stands for Ketamine Aaron. Oh, so it's like Karen. Like how I would pronounce the name Aaron, but with a K. Is it just Aaron, but with a K? Right, so it's Karen. That's the same way I pronounce the word Karen. They're going to meet the alarm bot here. CNED can probably hear it, but he hasn't broken it yet. CNED's getting them tons of information, but I don't know whether Mr. Fallen's going to be able to hold on to this. He doesn't have a second nanoswarm, so how does he hold Tree? I mean, he's just got to give Tree. Oh, yeah. Fallen's just trying to run away. He's fucked. Literally, the trail leads straight to pit. I mean, he should just be getting owned here. He's getting seized, boom-botted. They haven't used any utility, though, that actually does damage. Meteor's currently fighting people over towards B as well. He's killed CNED, and he's killed J. So Meteor's managed to control the aggressive lurk play. There's no way that FUT can win this. Yeah. FUT's control over A looks terrible. I want to see them try to either fight A lobby or use some proper utility for Tree. Whether that's the Viper Wall or keeping the Paranoia online until the site hit comes through, or whether that means putting a Nanoswarm down for Tree, or double Nanoswarms even for Tree maybe. But this does not look like a good defensive... None of these setups look like they can adequately defend Tree. You're quite behind? Oh yeah, I kept forgetting to skip things forward. Actually though, I've trolled. We'll skip things forward later on. I forgot that I was still behind. Alright, so again, FUT are deciding not to fight aggressively over towards A, but they also don't have anybody there that can properly defend it. The door opens and Cracks doesn't even nade it. I mean, I guess this is an eco and they don't want to commit a ton of utility, but this doesn't seem like a good adaptation from FUT if this is what they're going to run on the rifle round.
The defense is on an eco as far as they can, realize.
I mentioned before, right? It was that swing round to push FUT down a little bit. It can be the chance for Gen.G to find some momentum, to establish rounds ahead, to build some of their own economy as well. Definitely wanting to see 5 alive.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to actually invest this round in actually getting Mr. Fallon and at a captain's ultimates. I think that's going to be the main concern for them.
What the hell is with the title of my stream, by the way? Oh yeah, GenG FUT co-stream. Thank you, based moderators, doing what I am not, which is paying attention to Twitch. Alright, so now they're opening tree again. Still no answer for FUT on how they're going to defend tree. But, Ada Captain gets a kill. Oh, and Dai's trying to pop his Viper's Pit. And I was going to say it's over. It should be over, but it's not. Oh my god, Munchkin killed the final two players. That was way too close. Alright. This round, it looks like they're going to try to fight Rubble. They haven't done this the whole time, really. So they're going to use Paranoia, then they nade over here as well. They TP YetaJ up, but YetaJ takes a shit ton of damage. And they tried to fight with their Viper Wall, but they end up getting owned anyway. So, if you can't hold this Viper Wall at the beginning of the round, what value does it really have? I mean, if you're going to end up losing those rounds anyway, then why not just use this wall that helps you defend tree a bit better?
But that's it. It's all it is. That a captain is trying to navigate around, and his health is ticking lower and lower whilst he's in this pit.
Part of the problem there as well was that YetaJ got like 120 damage done to him or something when he tried to teleport up. Ada Captain's got 1 HP.
It as well, but Meteor to find him, it's another one over to GenG. He teleported in.
Okay, now we're caught up to live. Surely they're not just going to keep sending it into A? I mean, I definitely would send it into A when FUT's hold looks this bad.
I mean, we'll have a little bit of time right now for these teams to have a discussion in the mix. It's been 3 in a row for GenG. And even on the rounds that they lost, both of them on the defuse variety.
FUT used to be good on this map? Well, that was back when they were running Neon and back kind of in the older meta. Back when the compositions were a little more open on this map. But still, I mean, what they did with their Neon comp... Sorry. One of the things they did really well with the Neon comp was they used the Neon stuns at the beginning of the round to control Rubble. And now they're not controlling Rubble. GenG are getting Rubble for free every round. And then FUT also can't control tree. So they can't defend the site properly because they lose tree control every time. And they can't control A properly because they lose Rubble. So they just slowly get pushed back into bad anchor positions. Like, trying to anchor the site from here when tree gets opened is horrible. And that's just what keeps happening every time. They have, like, one player here, one player here. Oh, this time they actually have a vulnerable onto the player over towards Rubble. But GenG just all group up and dominate them.
Left alone on that C side expecting this A push to work, but he's come on the flank and he has been taken
oh my lord. Well, I think they should try that again but with rifles and throw a Paranoia out at the beginning. Don't put the Viper Wall up. The Viper Wall is actually allowing the attackers to cross. The Viper Wall seems to make some sense maybe later on in the round or something, but that Viper Wall is actually just helping GenG. Alright, so they're still going to play 4 towards B. They could play the Omen from here, which would be a lot better for them to be able to Paranoia. Alright, but they Paranoia aggressive over there, and GenG have already read it. That's a nice ult by Krax. Stopping the showstopper and allowing them to fight it, but that's a good shot by Meteor. Krax trying to muscle his way back in. Ooh, Ada Captain killing 2 to defend the lockdown. Oh, he knows that the player's on the right side.
Out of captain, not yet on it, goes for the tap. It baits in Munchkin, the cloud is down, the kill
Nice
is
from
not
out of
there for
captain.
Munchkin,
Well
but
played, well
out of
played.
captain.
He managed to get half. It looked a bit
Tightness on the defuse.
wonky there from Munchkin. He knew where the player was because he could see the spike turn red, and the only place that they could be doing it from is the right side. And he tried to get the kill by throwing out the vulnerable and seeing if he could spam the location where he knew the player was. But by that point, Ada Captain had already got half and got off. So Munchkin just... he wasn't expecting to be able to get a good angle to fight. So he pulled out his utility. And then by the time he had the utility in his hands, he was like, ah, shit, I should have just sprayed. So I just... it was just a difficult situation to play as well when he was pushed back. Anyway, this is the most important part of the round. They're still using this Viper Wall. They know that there's at least one player over here. So they're going to try and post up CNED. I think CNED can fight this fairly nicely. Yedajay could as well. They're going to post up Yedajay and CNED for now.
One of the things from Gen.G right now is how many players can they bring FUT to this C site.
Alright, they're going to try and re-clear A. Just with the Viper Wall. Yedajay needs to be the person that gets info here so that CNED can ult, and CNED peeks first. Ah, everything looks so rough from FUT. Ay, even when they have rubble control, they just get re-cleared immediately by the Viper Wall. There wasn't even any initiator utility used there from GenG. They just popped Viper Wall and walked up. And FUT didn't have an idea of how they were going to deal with that. They didn't have anybody getting info on the other side of the Viper Wall. They didn't have Yedajay trying to take contact first. CNED just decided he needed to face check and dies when he's the player with the ultimate. It's... ay. I'm just convinced that FUT does not care about info gathering agents like Sova, Fade, and Sky. They do play Sova fairly often. Mr. Fallen's played quite a lot of that, but it's cracks. When you have somebody playing KO all the time, you learn how to make do. And that's basically what they've done. They've learned how to make do with cracks. You get some decent information from the KO, but yeah, it's not like the Sky.
He's still getting a couple of frags, but the problem here is that even after the 7 frags that he's got, 2 out of the 3 rounds that they won,
the thing is, though, while you can talk about the comms as much as you like, but FUT have had success in the past running compositions like this. There are definitely ways of playing FUT's comp better than they're currently playing it. They would be able to... Gen.G are not so good that you could only beat them with the optimum comp. Like, again, look at how they're playing, man. Look at the way that Yedajay and CNED are playing that. When they have Showstopper as well, that's 2 rounds in a row where CNED could have been in a position where he baits his teammates to get a big Showstopper off, and instead he just fights like as one of the most aggressive players forwards, so he's not in a position to be able to use the Showstopper. Could Ada Captain clutch this? Maybe. Lucky is weak. And... oh, Meteor's going for the quiet jump. Oh, he knows where Lucky is. And he knows the Lucky is weak as well. Could win this. I think Meteor's got a good reposition here. Yeah.
Completely caught off Ada Captain. Completely had no idea.
Whoa.
Yeah, beautiful placement of your
Vitality look like they are going to pound Gen.G into the dust, I think. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting mad here because Gen.G played so badly the first day. They're not playing that badly today. It's just annoying that FUT are not doing anything to try to stop them from having success. But God, I'm going to be rooting for Vitality in that game. All right, so FUT not fighting for rubble control, but they've now got Mr. Fallen over there, right? So now Mr. Fallen's defensive setup, he does actually have a nanoswarm for tree. This is what he didn't have before, so he's going to be able to, when he hears the door open, pop the nanoswarm, or even pop the nanoswarm off turret contact, but I think popping nanoswarm when the door's opened is better, just to completely deny that entry. And it allows them to get some info over towards C. This knife sees nobody over towards B, so now they're going to see if they could try and find a timing here, Meteor, to lurk in behind it. Tech's just 2 away from his ultimate. Adacaptain does not look like he's in an amazing spot there, but he doesn't get punished for it. The paranoia isn't amazing, but the nade is quite good to separate the first player off from the rest of the team. So that CNED's nade is quite nice, and they're able to pick up Munchkin. CNED then gets caught in the corner. So does GenG. Much better showstopper usage by Texture here. Texture is a really good player, though. That was never in doubt. Nicely done by the rest of the FUT players coming through. Cracks eventually able to get through off the distraction of Adacaptain. That was a close one. That was a very close one. I don't think this is going to be a good enough defense side, but we'll see. If they get pistol, maybe. Why Texture doesn't have help? I mean, I think the Gen.G players in that round, like, to go back and take a look at what was happening there at the moment where the round swapped. So, Texture does well of getting these 2 kills. And they're in a 4v3. This seems like a pretty decent setup here. I mean, you know, when the alarm bot goes off, Lakia can spam Meteor and Texture could try to swing. It's just that Meteor goes forward without Texture being ready to fight with him. And then Texture swings up, but I think that's fine as well. It's that they don't expect to see Mr. Fallen behind. And those positions more like push forward on site end up getting broken because there's a player towards Baby Door and a player, like a second player coming from the C-Link area. I don't think that Gen.G played that situation too badly. No one else shot an enemy. Texture's definitely the best player on the team. Meteor played that situation pretty wonkily, but it's just, yeah, it's just trying to punish somebody that's walked into his alarm bot. The coordination between Texture and Meteor was not great there. But I think if Texture went with Meteor, that would be fine. FUT could have gone 0-12 if they didn't clutch up those 4 rounds. I don't think that final round was really a clutch, though. FUT looks bad? Yeah, they do look pretty bad in this match. They didn't even look that good on Ascent when they won.
It misses. By an inch.
Oh, tragedy from Adacaptain.
Well, CNED has used already his satchel, so no more flash entering into this site if at all they choose to go for it.
Oh, that's a bit of a pick-me-up, isn't it? Munchkin for one, Karen for another, and this is just immediate.
I think GenG's had a pretty bad day today compared to what I was expecting as well. I think GenG is a better player than he's demonstrated today. This is going to be a very difficult half for FUT.
How you wanted things to start if you're a fan of FUT.
What a read from Gen.G as well, right? Making sure that they get 3 players to push up from B.
That's one of those situations, though, on the pistol where if FUT just hit better shots, they're going to win that pistol round. Gen.G are going for a bit of a contact re-clear of B main, where they face into a crossfire, and yeah, they can try to isolate one side and then the other, but at the end of the day, if GenG ends up hitting a headshot on the first guy out, then FUT are massively favored. It's just one of those spots where the shots being hit is more important than the decision being made, I think. Alright, Mr. Fallen did go crazy with the Marshal on the second round of Haven. They need that again. They need that.
not going to give this up just yet.
He knows that Meteor's stuck. Okay, now he knows that he's left. Nobody else was coming to even help him, though. I never thought of CNED as a good Raze player. I think he's alright. I think he's fine. He doesn't look like he's completely lost on Raze like some duelists do. I don't think that's the problem with how they're playing right now at all. I think it is weird that GenG is playing Omen and Fallen's playing Killjoy. That's bizarre. But I think their defensive setups was the biggest thing that lost them that half. The one that we just watched.
Now going to try other avenues to exploit because he's not found any success on Meteor on C. Munchkin, be careful, he's the only one on the B site here.
Mr. Fallen might have an opportunity to kill somebody on B. They're going to get Spike and NB here because Mr. Fallen's controlling some of the angles. Yeah, Lucky is so fast in behind. Another good shot by Mr. Fallen with the Marshall. These guys are hitting on the eco rounds. I like how FUT played this. They played slowly. They took all the space that they could over towards B and A. When they got contested over towards C, Mr. Fallen didn't try and force it. And Mr. Fallen found two really good headshots. Not bad. Not bad. It's okay, Sideshow. You can say 10s. Actually, it was Cryo that immediately popped to mind.
And then GenG answered back and almost just won out the rest of the game from there. 2 isolated rounds for GenG and then 1 in the second half. So it's not like you can just give yourselves a pat on
Right, so that's a massive dub in the tub for FUT.
It is going to be GenG on the back lines as they will hold on to their ground, but they are exploring towards...
It would be very beneficial for FUT if Cracks could flex more. That's why I keep making jokes about him getting the Xbox Game Pass. I think he just doesn't have the agents unlocked. But as I said, FUT could still win this map playing this comp. They don't need to be playing perfect Valorant to beat GenG. So I'm more inclined to focus on the things they could be better with, doing better with this comp than talking about compositional changes when they've showed so much resistance to playing meta setups and meta, well, meta comps. Alright, so GenG are going to try and go for a retake with the Paranoia, possibly. I don't know really what this Paranoia is going to do, but it will hit onto Cracks. Oh my fucking god. CNED could not have got a better lineup there. This is a disaster, actually, for GenG that CNED got a 4K there as well. Because he's already 1 round later to the bonus than he would usually be. Which means that he's had more kills, more whatever. But he's going to have his showstopper online for this round. Holy flick. What, the 180 flick with the classic, you mean? To get the final kill? Yep. Alright, Charles Neddington ult, as Cavalry Archer so aptly puts it. Alright, so they're going to throw the Viper smoke there to take C-mount control. I don't mind that at all. I think there's some nice positions that you can then throw the ult afterwards. Throw the orb afterwards. They don't have a dog to make space for the ult, but they do have a knife to try and get some info. Part of the problems with running the KO instead of the Sky. They plant in a alright position. GenG's getting cleared from this spot though, and no one can really protect him. Cracks is trying to play off him, but all of these players have ended up just getting baited in. Mr. Fallen now has died, so he can't use his nanoswarms, and it's CNED versus Lakia. CNED's just following his boombot, and Lakia wins the duel. That's an unlucky one. Well, no, it's not unlucky, actually. It's a bit unlucky in the 1v1 towards the end, but those 3 players coming from Waterfall, everybody from FUT got pulled into trying to help GenG. Instead of, they had a free position. They could have planted anywhere on the site. They could have planted for Mount. They could have just planted for Mound, played... If GenG wants to play on site, they could have played GenG in water, where he can try and, like, sneak around people once everyone else distracts from Mound, but, you know, they've got better ways of playing that for sure. Mr. Fallen could also be playing really passive in a Mound position where he can play his nanoswarms instead of having to try to trade on site and dying before he can use them. Just plenty of different, better ways for FUT to play that, I think. Lotus C is one of the only sites in the entire game where you want to be playing 5 off-site post plants a lot of the time. It's busted. Alright, GenG on the hot flank. This is going to be a weird round. Texture thinks it's on A. They are using so many ults to try to retake A when the spike is already planted B. GenG have just been bamboozled by that pivot. GenG sold the fake so hard by just running into A. Oh, CNED. Oh, CNED! Ah! Why? Everyone is so separated in this post plant for FUT. Adacaptain kills 2. Dude, they had three people alive in the post plant for FUT, all of them holding different areas of B, and Adacaptain just kills both of them. If Adacaptain just gets traded out, that then becomes really difficult for Mr. Fallen. But as soon as Adacaptain kills 2, then they're only retaking from B main, and it's so easy. It's crazy how different these hero plays can make the round feel. What a crazy 2K from Adacaptain to win that round. Okay, so now GenG's economy is broken and FUT are properly back in the game. Can they get CNED up to another showstopper? They're gonna try and just look upstairs. Please don't push stairs. Please don't push stairs with more than one player. And if it is with one player, make a distraction on site. Oh. Okay, they're not gonna go for it. They're not gonna go for it. Thank God. They're just going into an A hit. They're gonna try and flood. CNED goes 1 for 1, but he allowed Adacaptain to not die. Just kidding. Karen killed Adacaptain anyway. 2v2. Oh, what is that? The high DPS classic. Left click, right click.
Actually, it was in the open, but he's reading into a fake. Oh my, the pit is protecting. The wind.
Tragedy. Tragedy. I mean, that's just... He thought that the person was off the spike. That's a tragedy.
And he's like, all right, you know what? This round is ours. Instant put down. The cover is gotten, and Karen's kill was the most important one. I mean, it's 50.
Yeah, Karen's kill was the most important one. Onto Cracks.
There's so many things going through your head. You just have to back yourself.
Well, there's a big eco round for GenG. Yeah, this does feel like a low-level match. I mean, FUT on the anti-eco not trying to play for any level of information. They just walked up A and walked in. They got caught by the flood. Adacaptain dies committing to the plant. Cracks dies trying to sneak into the pit. It was a nice execution from GenG, actually. I like the fact that they snakebited the player that was planting. I like the way that they flooded into the site. And the pit was good, opportunistic. I think GenG played that situation pretty well. Considering that they were on an eco, you know? They maximized their chances of winning that.
Per se from both sides, and nobody's really found that footing, but it's still GenG, of course, thanks to the early lead that they've gotten from the previous half.
Will I be watching Chinese Ascension? Yes, I'll be watching. I'll be watching as much Chinese Ascension as I can. I won't be watching all of it though.
in the next if they do have you know, a lot.
Also, I didn't realize actually Chinese Ascension is going to be happening on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So I won't be co-streaming on those days. I'm not that dedicated. I bet Sliggy will. Dude, if Sliggy co-streams Chinese Ascension on Christmas Day, I'm gonna get together with some other notable members of the Valorant community and stage a fucking intervention. I'm gonna find where Sliggy lives and sit him down and have a word with him. That will just be too far. Sliggy's gonna be at the dinner table co-streaming, just piling fucking stuffing and Yorkshire puddings into his mouth. Oh yeah, wow. They've owned him, chat. They've owned him. Oh god.
The only two ultimates that they have left for quite some time as well to get into this game, of course. And this is just the 8th. Now they're gonna have to come up with a plan just to make sure that a proper execute needs to come in.
Okay, right. So FUT need 3 rounds just to tie this up.
In terms of how they, try to maneuver
Gen.G with saving those rifles are gonna be able to buy into this round. Munchkin can drop for somebody. Karen can buy. They've got a potential force here. In terms of Christmas crackers, we're 4-1.
True. At least they can make it up a little easier in terms of getting into a site, right? They can, lessen the defense.
Right, so this force has a stinger on Lakia. And both teams just with Omen ult to work with. Gen.G are going to try to fight for rubble control. The Haunt is an important part of the puzzle that FUT really didn't have access to when they were playing defense. Mr. Fallen finds texture, but now Mr. Fallen's crossing over. I thought that might get a little dangerous there for Fallen if he decided to fight again. Oh my god, he hit another headshot through the wall onto Karen. What the hell? Mr. Fallen's popping. Alright, so now that they've got a kill on one of the A players and they've done some damage to the second, I like this call to try to... Oh my god! Wait, Fallen and Karen are both popping. But there's only one player over towards A. GenG is gonna make it feel like it's a C hit. Gonna ult into C? I don't think that feels like a real C hit. I think that is a shite fake. You could go into A now. Go into A now. Please don't walk stairs, for God's sake. They don't have any smokes because they use 2 smokes to fake on C. GenG knows that there's nobody on the fast flank though, which is good information. It's a 4v4 retake. Lakia uses Prowler to make sure that there's nobody over towards Pit. Lakia has Haunt. Over the top. Doesn't really clear too much. Oh. Cned with 3. How is anyone gonna trade Karen there? How are Gen.G gonna get value out of jumping into sight like that? Why not jump 2 people the same way at least so that you could... Why not throw the Haunt and jump out at the same time, at least on the same direction so that you could trade somebody? Okay, so Cned got 3 1v1s there that he was able to win on people that were like jumping or swinging into him. But okay. So now Cned has another ultimate online. We'll see if Gen.G can force it out of them. The fact that the Viper Orb is going over towards C, I think, is a pretty big tell that FUT are trying to take mount control. If I see that Viper Orb coming towards me at C, I'm going to ask someone else to rotate, I think. They know that the Omen is holding somewhere kind of far forwards. Oh, God. I woke up fairly early today. Oh, no, Fallen, don't walk through. At least flash through with this, right?
might be expected by Gen.G.
This is where FUT have a massive problem with their composition. They have no dog. They have no entry by droning. So they just have to kind of trade each other out into the site. Oh, they're forced to use the showstopper. That I would consider that a win for Gen.G on this round. Guy, it looks so rough for them in rounds like this without a dog, though. Okay, all good. So that's a win for Gen.G because now they don't have the showstopper available on the eco swing round. So this is going to be last chance really for Gen.G. It's 10-11. They only have one more chance, otherwise they're going to be down on a bit of a bad bye for the round that gets FUT up to match point. So Mr. Fallen has lockdown. So you're looking for Texture, I think, to be playing to try to deny that. So he's playing on C Texture. He's got his op, and then he would be able to nade to break the lockdown if Mr. Fallen puts it in this C corner. So I like this defensive setup. Lakia, though, playing really out in the open in front of the Killjoy utility. So Lakia is just supposed to run away here and make it feel like the Killjoy is not on A. Lakia is playing to like just jump spot and then run backwards, never take a fight, and bait FUT into the A setup, which is actually fairly strong. I mean, running into A right now, into the Killjoy, and into the Nightfall, looks difficult to deal with. I think the Viper needs to be staying on B. Oh, they Nightfall. Meteor's so weak, getting counter spammed. What the hell did that Nightfall do for Lakia? I mean, you still have to respect the lockdown, so all you've done is waste a retake ultimate.
Out of their reach. Mr. Fallen is playing a nice lurk as well, out through rubble. This time for Gen.G to get on in, spearheaded by Texture on the A. On the A line from the link, on the off as well.
Oh, cracks.
Down CNED as well. Can he answer with a double of his own? He cannot.
CNED pushing into the operator player through his own snake bite.
Continue to go through this one. Here's Mr. Fallen going in for that flank as well.
If they had had the Nightfall available for the retake, I think this could have been a very different round.
Can they hold on to the weaponry? Looks like Munchkin is doing his damnedest to try that, but the operator now, the last weapon for Gen.G. Full rounds of regulations to be played. FUT, fine, there, 11.
Texture lost the op.
That's just misery. Yeah, that is an absolute
to the
nightmare.
spike.
I'm not quite sure why he didn't expect the radius of that spike, you know, to be blown up until where he was. But Gen.G.
Oh no.
The crowd, of course, loving them.
Oh
misery,
no.
But is this going to be enough to get them where they need to be? 11-11. It's time for FUT to make a wish.
Guys, he deliberately did that. He deliberately did that. You don't want to save the op into the next round. Texture wanted a rifle 2 rounds from now. So he deliberately did that.
I'm pretty sure that HSK needs to give his team a bit of direction because they clearly have been trying out things that are not working out in their favor. Everything seems to be played out of their book so far.
Both teams finding it very difficult to defend on this map. I think one thing that neither team has done very much of is try to fight C Mound really aggressively and play A more to just have a solo anchor and play retake there. But also both teams seem to not be confident at all in playing the A like flood defense or A retake.
I think the biggest boon for them in this round is they've got 3
overtime would be pretty bad here.
I mean, maybe not as powerful, but the weaponry coming.
It's tragic as well because people are going to remember Texture dying to the spike and not the fact that Texture's the best player on this team, was acing people in map 1 and was basically the only player fucking doing anything for a lot of this match. Justice for texture. He made a mistake, guys. He made a mistake.
And they might as well just do it. They've got only one player to defeat here.
Ay, ay, ay.
He's going to call in for a little bit of support, but can he help?
So again, the big problem here is that FUT are getting up to massive ultimates for the final round. So if I'm FUT, up 5v3 on the Eco here, first step obviously is getting into a post-plant situation, but then once we get into that spot, I'd be trying to orb max onto Cracks and CNED. Yeda finds a kill on the lurk over there. I don't know why they've got a double lurk set up. That seems like way too much risk on this round. Like, if Adacaptain dies there, what is Adacaptain really doing for them? All right, so Cracks is gonna plant, which gets Cracks one away. So now I would want CNED to try to hunt this final player. Because Cracks can pick up an ult orb, I think that's fine. CNED can pick up an ult orb, that's fine. Okay, so Yeda being able to get that kill is actually not that great. But, yeah, it does mean that they should be playing for an ult orb here to get the KO online.
Take the lead, they find series, they find grand final point.
Absolutely, it is. Towards the final round we go. Ladies and gentlemen, is there going to be...
There's still good ults on the other side of things as well, but these ults are going to be difficult to use against the KO ult.
Going to get into the grand final when everybody might have thought that Gen.G were going to win this map cleanly.
So it doesn't look like they're... Oh, are they taking C control? Are they going to throw this Viper Orb? No. They're not throwing the Viper Orb. Mr. Fallen's trying to... Well, Mr. Fallen's trying to get in solo on A, which is such a bad idea. If you're playing a 3-1-1 default, you should not be playing A lobby aggressively. They're loading the ult orbs onto the wrong people here. Adacaptain just took an ult orb, so now CNED's probably not going to get Showstopper in this round. Cracks hasn't got an ult orb that he can easily take as well. Why not just hold B and allow Cracks to come and take the orb?
The orb is gone here as well. Yeah, the orb is gone, so no one...
Oh, Texture's not watching anything. He's getting baited by the fact that Cracks is making noise, maybe.
That's going to be a problem now. They know where one player is, and Garrett's gone down.
Adacaptain goes 1-for-1 over towards front B. Cracks is going to be able to plant and get this ult online. It's not that great as a post-plant ult. I'd rather have CNED plant. Yes, CNED plants. So now, Cracks was one away from his ult. An incredibly good attacking ult this entire time. He's not going to ult. Unless the round's already basically won. Nice. Good usage of the showstopper there. Push back the other players. Good flash peek as well. Oh, could be winnable. Could be winnable. He has Haunt as well. Oh, there's no way! There's no way Lakia wins a 1v3 at the end to take it to overtime.
Oh my! This is what we wanted to see!
Okay, Lakia stepping up as well. We're actually getting some moments from Lakia and from Karen today. Much better than their game against True Rippers, where both of those guys were quiet. That, though, is, I think, a badly played round by FUT. Mr. Fallen made a horrible mistake at the start of the round. They didn't get the orbs onto the right people to have a good exec ultimate. They could have had Cracks ulting into A, and then CNED being able to run the showstopper at the end. But frankly, none of that ended up making the difference. It was just that they couldn't win a 3v1 against Lakia.
For FUT in that moment in time, CNED gets his showstopper, the 3v3, they get
Lakia and Karen's moments per 10 minutes increasing. Yeah, that's a good stat to think about, actually. Their impact moment.
CNED is finally finding his form in the later stages of
this looks like terrible Valorant, but I don't know. Yeah, it does look like fairly bad Valorant. It looks like both of these teams would lose to Vitality. Yeah. And probably lose to Furia too, but it's going to be Vitality in the finals. Yeah, they're not running replays anymore. I don't know why.
from Tier 2, from Korea.
Oh, best players from Tier 2 Korea. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to say about Lakia.
On level terms. Once again we go. Once again we fight and blow.
GenG having a horrible map here on Omen.
Is this going to be the round that they needed to push the envelope to the final?
Mr. Fallen not having a horrible map, but I think would also be playing pretty well if he wasn't on Killjoy. Right, so FUT's defensive setup, again, doesn't look amazing here, but they do have Crack Snade that they can use. Oh, and they flash peek. That flash peek doesn't look great either, because the flash isn't even going to catch most of the people around Rubble, and there's so many places to play anti-flash and then just swing to kill CNED. So that does not look like a great way of getting value out of the KO there. They need to be able to nade if Texture opens this door, and Krax is nowhere near. So at the moment, FUT are just playing to give up tree control. They have Mound, though, and Fallen's opening the door to try to duel these players in B. Putting a bit of pressure on them. Mr. Fallen feels safe enough to take the orb on C, because he's got turret holding his back. A still looks really weak here. Krax is going to nade to try to keep the players out from hitting the site. And the paranoia gets used, so they pivot into B. 20 seconds left. This has to end B. This is where putting pressure in this direction in the post plant retake would be a good idea. But these two players have rotated back up and now they're just fighting from C-Link. So this is looking like a really standard retake setup. There's no pressure coming from this direction and there's nobody coming baby door. So this looks like a really difficult retake to make work. Ada Captain kills one, Cracks with another though. This flood coming out through heaven has been really successful.
Munchkin though, he's the last one. The smoke starts to dissipate. There's just too many members.
Oh boy, if Cracks hadn't swung there, that could have gotten a bit scary. FUT managed to win that because there was nobody able to hold heaven. The player that was breakable door ended up getting killed, and then the flood out through heaven just had too much momentum to stop. The player B main wasn't ready to swing. They just kind of baited that guy in the corner. I can't remember the guy in the corner, like who that was, but they didn't swing aggressively enough to help them. The person baby door was just, I don't know, sat pretty passive. Once you let... The biggest advantage that Gen.G have in that situation is that FUT are all coming through some small choke points. Once you let them through the choke point, it gets a lot easier for FUT. That's why Neon on the B retake is pretty good, actually, because you can slide through and make a ton of space for your team. Anyway, so it's Gen.G on defense side. They're running a more standard defensive setup where they have 3 players taking rubble control early on. They have heavy defense over towards C. B's looking weak, but FUT are not over there. So here you've got to be worried about Nanoswarm setups. They broke one of them. And Munchkin putting down a vulnerable. Cracks is in. Cracks should die there, but he doesn't. I mean, Meteor should have popped the Nanoswarm earlier as well. Once the first Nanoswarm gets broken, Meteor should just be popping the second Nanoswarm. That's a pretty big mistake from him. But also, he should be able to get the kill when Cracks has just run in after being vulnerable. This should be FUT going for an all-EMEA grand final here. Mr. Fallen's got a nice flank timing too. Cracks is having a round. I think FUT are going to have to play better than that to win the final. I'm not saying it's impossible, because FUT have played better than this before, I think. Individually, I don't think they played that bad. Ada Captain had a bad map 1, but on an individual level, their players were hitting shots. Like, CNED was still fragging fairly well. Cracks was fragging well. Map 2 and 3, Ada Captain was frying. Fallen was playing quite well mechanically. But some of the decision-making from these guys was rough. Some of the setups looked really rough. And overall just leading to a quite low-quality game, where neither team was able to come up with the right ideas to be able to defend on Lotus, Gen.G couldn't hold off FUT when Gen.G were defending on Ascent. But that was mostly because of hero plays coming out from FUT. Because the actual ideas for their attack side were pretty dreadful. But then they just, you know, one player would run around and kill 3 or 4 people and they would win an attack side round based off that. So, yeah, unless FUT are going to out-frag their way through Vitality, which I don't see that happening because I feel like Runner, Kick, Safe have got a lot of skill to bring to the table there. As long as FUT don't just frag their way through Vitality, I think Vitality have demonstrated some better ideas in this tournament. That's not to say FUT have only got bad ideas, though, because I've seen some stuff I liked from FUT. It just was peppered in with a lot of rough stuff as well. Yeah, I was planning to watch Furia against Global, but doesn't actually matter at all, does it? The winner gets $5,000? Okay. So the players get, like, you know, just under $1,000 if they win the match? Is it going to be worth watching, though? It doesn't do anything for the tournament. Are we going to learn anything about Furia watching them play against Global without Benkai? I don't think I am. Has your opinion on Gen.G changed? My opinion on some of the players changed a bit. Like, we definitely saw better moments from Caron and from Lakia there.
His prediction was completely wrong. With me, I have Mr. Fallen,
But
Big Brain,
I think Gen.G still played some very bad setups on Haven.
But we just on a kind of communication missed it. There's a lot of chaos in the game. That's why we just...
There was a lot of chaos in the game.
We're trying to fix it, you know? That's all.
Okay, so I am very curious to know what happened in Haven, actually, between you guys.
Well, in Haven, there's a lot of chaos and nobody could hear each other so well. So that's how we lose the game, yeah. But we just adapt each other on Ascent.
Dude, every time a decent team loses in this tournament, they're like, we couldn't hear each other. I don't know how much this is becoming an excuse or how much it's actually terrible audio issues.
It really doesn't matter. We just came here to play us and show ourselves how to play like, I don't know, like a decent team. That's it. I really don't care. They can support Gen.G or us. It doesn't matter for me.
All right. So anyways, last question from me. Now, you guys just brought in 2 new players to the team, and it looks really good. Do you think that this is a team to conquer VCT EMEA next year?
Yeah, it sounds like the technical difficulties have been pretty large for this LAN event.
This whole tournament is just like a new experience for us and for the young
I'm not saying that they're lying. I'm just saying it's funny because there definitely were issues, but I don't know whether the issues have been fixed or as bad as they used to be. I don't know. It sounded like a bit of an excuse, but it is probably true. I'm not saying Mr. Fallen's lying. It just sounded amusing.
New things on this tournament right now. We might split sometimes, but just keep supporting us. Thanks, you guys.
All right, and there you have
All right,
it.
trying some new things in this tournament. Yeah, I mean, they don't look like they're trying too many new things. If by new things they mean some new, like, setup, strats, ideas, stuff like that, there were a couple that cooked from FUT, but there was a lot where I think they'll have to go back in the VOD review and be like, this didn't really work. And I think one of them is playing Yerige on Omen on Lotus. I just don't think that makes too much sense, personally. I don't like the idea of that. But yeah, I think Vitality should be favored in the finals. I think it should be a fairly decent game as well, actually. Let's what time is that one at? It's at 8:30 a.m. my time. We can wake up for that. That's fine. We can wake up for that. I mean, I woke up at 7 a.m. today to watch this match. It was worth watching. It was an entertaining game, but it wasn't as high level as I was hoping it would be from FUT. I think Gen.G played a little better than I was expecting. But... Wait, that's so fucking funny. VLR. EMEA haters are finished. EMEA Omegalol Lamau. Some split opinions, perhaps, on how good FUT look. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure that they're going to be able to play solo KO Lotus as well. I don't think the biggest problem was necessarily that YetaJ was on... If there was any map in the world to be having Cracks play Sky, I think it would be Lotus. Yeah, yeah. Could they run a solo smokes comp, though? And have... But what would you even want with the KO? Would you want a Sky? Would you want a Breach, maybe? I feel like you need some kind of dog. So you're either playing Sky KO or Sova KO. But Sova KO sounds insane on that map. I think Sky KO would probably be better than playing double smokes. And that would be fine as well, because Mr. Fallen would play Sky. YetaJ would go back to playing Killjoy. Yeah? Yeah, I know they run Breach KO on Haven, but I think they also struggle a little bit on that map without having any, drone utility. But I'd like to see Cracks play Sky on Lotus. He's played Sky once before. It didn't look dreadful. Let's use the off-season to try and build out his comfortability on Sky a tiny bit. Yeah, Cracks has played other agents, but not much of other agents. Cracks must enjoy playing the KO. There's no way that the rest of the team are forcing him to play KO. They have it out for every other initiator. No, there's no way. They're not sitting him down and saying, guys, KO is clearly the best agent. We need someone to play KO on these maps. There's no way. Cracks has played so much Sage. Yeah, but Sage is just so not meta at the moment. Like, what? There aren't many maps that you can get away with playing Sage currently. You could play Sage on Split if you wanted to. You could maybe play Sage on Bind if you wanted to as well. Although the Cracks KO has cooked on Bind before. I like what they've done with the Cracks KO on Bind. So I don't think there's any need for that. But you could. And then aside from that, what else are you going to do with Sage? You're not going to run... I don't think you should be running Sage on Lotus, for example. You could try to cook up some kind of composition to run Sage on Haven, but I don't think it would be the best option. But you could. You would need Mr. Fallen to play Sky. You would have to play a Sky Viper Sage comp, I think. Sky Viper Sage. Oh, well, maybe you would play solo smokes and still run. The thing is, though, when you play... Yeah, I don't know what you would do there, actually. Maybe you would run solo smokes and still run the Killjoy. I don't know. You could cook something up that would be weird, but it wouldn't be much better than running the bloody KO. Cracks can play Sky, Fade, and Raze. He's played them plenty before. I don't know about plenty, mate. Plenty might be going a bit far. He's played 32 rounds ever of Sky, 30 rounds of Fade. He's played actually more Sky than I thought, but he's played him a long time ago. The problem with VLR is you can't see when he played the Sky. But he hasn't played Sky for ages. Apart from that one time where he played it on Split. It's so annoying that you can't see like when the last times he played Sky was, though. Wait, if we look at FUT... we're not going to be able to find it this way either. We'd have to look on like VLR or something, on Run It Back or something. But, dude, how would we even find this info? Dude, I don't know. But, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Maps. I said rounds, I meant maps, of course. But, yeah, the point is that he hasn't played it in forever. Dude, how would I even prove that, though? I know that he didn't play it for the entirety of 2023, apart from once, at least as far as I'm aware. But again, I don't know how to find that info on VLR. I just don't think you can find that on their stats page. Why are you so convinced that it's his team telling him to play KO? Why would they do that? They've never said that in interviews. Run It Back shows agents played in a time frame. Yeah, can you select custom dates? Cracks. They've changed this website since I used it last. Yeah, you can only go 90 days or all. You can't set a custom time frame for this. Which is annoying. If I had a custom time frame, it would be so useful for seeing like what agents they played during what period of time. But, yeah. Yeah, annoying. Yeah, I could use their Discord bot, but I don't exactly know what I would put in even, actually. I mean, I could just see how many times he's played it across 2023. Dude, I haven't used Run It Back in a while. Run It Back agent picks, Sky, player cracks, start, 2023 0101. Nope. Fucked this up somehow. How have I fucked this up? Running back agent picks. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what I've done. Running back agent picks, agent Sky. Right? Yeah, agent Sky. Right, so Cracks in 2023 has played Sky once. Yeah. Which was on Split recently. So if we go back to 2022, he played Sky 18 times in 2022. So he played less than 10% of his time on Sky in 2022 and less than 2% of his Sky in 2023. So I would not say that Cracks has played a lot of Sky. I wouldn't even say Cracks has demonstrated he's comfortable on Sky. Looking at his VLR page, I think is, what's the word? Like, it gives you the wrong impression, in my opinion. Because he's just played so long ago. Yeah. So, what else were you saying? The Fade. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he played any Fade in 2023, did he? Oh, no, he did. He played 4 matches on Fade. 4 maps, I should say. I don't remember that happening, but apparently he played 4 times on Fade in 2023. I don't know when that was. So 3 of those times were before May. So he played once before March and twice between March and May. Which games were these in? Once before March. So the once before March has got to be one at lock-in. He played Fade at lock-in. Oh, he did. He played Fade on Haven. That was before they swapped to Gecko. I'd forgotten about that. Okay, so he played Fade here once at lock-in and played KO twice. And then he played a little bit of Fade in one of these early games as well. Where is this? Cracks KO, cracks KO, cracks Gecko because they played Haven. Cracks. Icebox. He played Fade. The Viper Harbor Fade composition on Icebox from FUT. Yeah. So he's very rarely played Fade this year. Played quite a bit of... Why the fuck is there a thread called Sideshow Bald? Just degenerate people on VLR. Yeah. Alright, so I'm debating whether or not to watch the Fury game. I'm leaning not watching it, to be honest with you guys, because I just don't see how it's a useful use of my time. And I would also have to wait another like 45 minutes for the match to begin. So I don't think I'm going to. We'll definitely tune in to watch the final tomorrow, but I'm not going to watch that. I need to avoid getting burnt out, so I actually keep doing stuff. Because at the moment, I'm enjoying co-streaming. I don't want to fucking flatten my dick and balls watching useless games. All right, so we're going to be co-streaming this Chinese Ascension tournament as well. Or at least we're going to try to, but I've never looked at the schedule. So let's have a look. Bloody hell, they're playing it on the December 23rd, December 24th, and December 25th, the group stage. I thought this was in mid-December. I thought this was coming up fairly shortly. It's miles away. All right, so what the hell is going on here? So we've got NIP against Nightwings, Rare Atom. So Rare Atom against NIP, or possibly against Nightwings, actually. This is maybe winnable for either team. That might be a decent game, this winner bracket game, but it's on Christmas Eve at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Christmas Eve? I'm not co-streaming that. That's crazy talk. And this one's at 9 a.m. So, oh my God. This one might be a good game as well, though. 10 a.m. Christmas Eve. I could potentially do that. Because that's probably going to be DRG playing against ASE. So that could be a pretty decent game. But to be honest, I'm inclined to just skip the group stage and watch the playoffs. The thing is, that could be a good game, though. DRG against ASE could be a good game. So I might turn the co-stream on just for one match in the groups. But overall, I'm probably not going to co-stream the group stage very much. But I will try to co-stream the playoffs. The playoffs are in that like downtime between Christmas and New Year where I've got some time to do stuff like that. And they start at 9 a.m. instead of 6 a.m., so that's good. So yeah, I'll probably do the playoffs, but not the group stage. Watch Karmine Corp. I already watched the Karmine Corp Heretics game. Is Lethal Company still happening? I wasn't able to do it last night because I had to wake up to do this. I looked at the schedule and I was like, oh shit, I need to wake up at 7 a.m. So I couldn't play Lethal Company last night. I don't know if the other guys played it. So, yeah. I think now's a good time to end the stream. I've got to go on a date with Beth in like an hour, and I haven't showered or brushed my teeth because I just woke up and immediately started co-streaming. So I feel a bit gross. I think I'd like to leave. So I'm gonna send you guys over to, probably Sliggy, unless someone else is doing a co-stream that has fewer viewers, but I think I'll send you over to Sliggy. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll send you over to Sliggy. Did it look good? I missed it? Yeah, actually. The Karmine Corp looked pretty decent. I think they look like a crazy aggressive team. Really explosive team. A lot of firepower, a lot of young players that want to get aggressive, and that meant that they were messing up some of their post-plant situations, and they had some wonky retake setups as well, where they were just a bit too happy to run into the site rather than setting things up nicely and methodically. But generally speaking, yeah, they were playing pretty well, very opportunistic, very skilled. They just kind of bowled over Heretics a lot of the time. Heretics, what do you think? I think I don't feel bad for putting them at the bottom of my tier lists. Yeah. Okay, bye.